Hello, everybody, and welcome to Crypto Talk Now. Today's segment and special is called The Market. Now, why is it referred to as the market? Well, a lot of things have been going on with just that, the overall crypto market. Quite a few things pumping, so on and so forth. Let me clear my throat. And without further ado, let's first say hello to my co-host for today. Larry's not here. He had to take care of some personal family business, and that is Edward Vincent. Edward, how you doing
Hello.
tonight?
Hello, Max. How are you, sir? Doing well? You look happy. You look healthy. That is good. And hello, Crypto Talk Now community. How's it going? I'm looking forward to tonight's show. It's going to be great. I can already tell. I can feel it. I can feel it.
All right. Well, before we kick things into the live show, we're actually going to recognize our community that's here. So we're going to start things off as usual with the first comment of the day. And let's start things off with the wonderful, the only April Cornwell, who says, "Hey guys, with the flowers. Good to see you, April. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being faithful, loyal Crypto Talk Now network supporter, and so on. Hopefully, everything's going well with the Cornwell clan. And hopefully, Mike's feeling a lot better as well. All right, next we got Brian Dowie giving us the sub. And by the way, Brian, we're going to be sharing some of the info you shared with me this morning, which I thought was pretty powerful stuff. We won't play the whole thing because it's obviously a pretty long segment, but I'll try to snip it like right at the right spot. So shout out to Brian Dowie. It got cold in Oklahoma today, huh? Yeah, I hear you on that. Here's the thing: when the weather fluctuates, from one extreme to the other, right? People get sick, and that's not a good thing.
We had a bunch of storms pass through today in
Oh
the
yeah,
central Texas area. I think it went all the way up into the Midwest, but sometimes tornadoes, I think, popped up too. So prayers out to
oh
those
wow,
who had that extreme weather. Yeah, for
yeah, no
sure.
doubt. Um, Next we have XXI Gaming. Good to see you, man. He's one of his picks. Just did very, very well. Shout out to him in regards to that with was it Stratos, or did I even say that right? I don't know. But he sent me out a tweet originally saying that went up to 60 cents, and I think originally like he got into that or wanted to get into it at 15. I don't know. I have to re-clarify that. But then I sent him a retweet back that it went up to like 70 plus cents or something. It's pretty interesting, and a great pick that he, I guess, called a while back. So shout out to
Cool
him.
stuff.
Yeah. What's good with everyone? What's good? XXI, good to see you, sir. Salamander, the XDC commander. He states it's chilly, Willie in El Paso today. Well, I'll be darned. I never knew that you lived in El Paso. Maybe you mentioned that before, but I've been through El Paso just twice, just passing through. I think it was back in 2007. Yeah, 2007. Hey, there he is, Coochie Boy. What's up, CTM fam? Good to see you, sir. Hopefully all is well. Hopefully, some of your meme tokens and so on are, having some decent pumps for the day because there's a lot moving with the market. And Brian Dowie saying hello to you, Edward, and also me. Good to see you, Brian, and everybody that's here today. Yep, absolutely. Thank you for that, Mr. Coochie Boy. How about this person? Grizzly Bear Greg says, hello, guys. Good to see you back, Grizzly Bear. I'm glad that we made a good impression upon you and you just decided to basically come back. We have a great show in store. We're just kind of waiting for a few more people to file in. For whatever reason, we just never had it where like we have a bunch of people in the pre-waiting lobby, if you will. But you know what? You got to count your blessings, right? All right. So Coochie Boy says, what's up to you, Edward?
What's up, Coochie Boy?
Yeah. And as Larry would say, Mr. Lambo's Crypto Talk. I can't do it. I can do a good impersonation. So can you, my friend. But when it comes to doing the typical Larry of Mr. Lambo's, it just doesn't pop like how he makes it pop. So good to see you, Mr. Lambo's. Salamander says Larry not here today. Went to buy XRP on AOL and at zero dial-up. Yeah, it's kind of that bad anyway. Brian Dowie looks pretty cool, Max. Hope it pans out. How about this? Let's go back to this previous comment. So, should we really get a poll going on for when Larry's going to buy this? What do you think about that, Edward? I mean, what the heck,
we
right?
can. I think we should definitely hear what y'all think. Obviously, I know what the majority is probably going to say. Yeah, right now it's still a good time in my opinion, but that's just because we're not 10 years from now. So why wouldn't you want to start developing and accumulating when we're not in this moment of bullishness, right? I mean, we're just seeing sparkles happen right now, in my opinion.
And you
Just
know what,
sparkle.
guys?
That's
Yeah,
all.
true. And you want to know something else, you guys? I'll tell you this much. We're going to be talking about why we here at CTN feel as though that we are entering finally into the bull market. And I know if a lot of you guys feel like, it's too early to call it. I feel as though, well, I can see where you guys are coming from at the same time, but we have some exclusive investor place coverage, an actual video from Luke Lango of Investor Place, who does an eloquent job of addressing these top issues with what's going on in the market, how the Fed reacted to some of this, and what we're going to see here, hopefully on the near horizon. Brian Dowie looks pretty cool, Max. Hope it pans out. Yep. Let's see here. Going a little bit further down. You guys are saying hello to each other. That's great. All right, how about this? XXI Gaming. Yeah, it's cold out here in Oklahoma City, man. Shaking my head. LOL. Hot, then cold. Shaking his head.
It was that cold front that caused the storms, I think. And so now we're experiencing what, 54? It was almost 80 today, it seemed like.
Right. Man, there is so many CTN supporters from Oklahoma. From the state of Oklahoma.
Huh.
I didn't know that XXI was in Oklahoma. We have Boomer F and Sooner. We got the Cornwell clan. Heck, even La Grande Commission was originally, he was there for a while. I guess we got some other guy. That's pretty cool.
I'm about an hour away, so that's not too bad. I'm a little bit more, I guess, but still, I mean, we have a lot of Texans too. We just have a lot of people, huh? And if you kind of look back and look at it, it's good.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so people showing Salamander love. All right, let's go a little bit further down. Yeah, Larry's not on. He's getting KuCoin and then XRP. Right, he does the eyes. All right, let's go further down. Grizzly Bear's looking forward to everything. We are going to talk about what's going on with Matic. Big things happen with Matic, which I'm glad for because I got to beg for it and I originally overpaid for it. But Mac was one of those in which, let's face it, I mean, even if you did overpay for it and you held that one for a few years, big things happening in Mac. We'll get into that as well. And then you guys, of course, say hello to each other. How about this particular guy right here? All right. Linois. Good evening, gentlemen. Good to see you, Linois. Thanks for joining us back here at CTN. Hopefully it'll be one of your go-to platforms like you have been. And how about this? Mr. Tim Shea. I did get a chance to say hello to you before. Good to see you again, Tim. And I see that Tim is sporting his Patches NFT.
Very nice.
Awesome. You must have gotten with Mr. Le Grand Commission, and he basically made it happen. I see that we have
another one tonight. Sorry.
No, it's all right. I don't. You know what? When it comes to that stuff, I'd rather Larry be here for that. So
sure.
Yeah,
I think he said we're giving out one every night, but we can maybe do two
okay.
one night.
Well, we'll have to go with Legrand and see how we're going to go about that. Yeah. All right.
Sure.
We may very well go ahead and do that then. So how about this? Another shout out to this particular guy, Mr. Selmo, Crypto Talk Now, and VR, referring to Mr. Edward Vincent. I almost said it in the the French way of saying it, Edward Vincent. I don't know why, but yeah. All right. You guys all saying hello to each other. This is what community is all about. Sharing the love. And, guys, are you not excited? Finally, we're seeing a turn in this market. Hence, the thumbnail, I thought it was pretty decent. I got to get with Edward to get him a HD, I don't know, picture of himself or something like that. And, that we can, give you guys some variety with him on the thumbnail. But I thought it looked pretty good. How do you like how you looked for the first time on the thumbnail?
I was not insulted. No, I was actually quite surprised whenever I saw it. I was like, oh my goodness. But I definitely want to get you a better picture for that if you're going to do that again for sure. But it's, here's a good one.
Right. All right. So we're about this is good. We're about 10 minutes into this. I do see Cool Cat Crypto's here. That's cool. He says there was a super secret Wolfpack meeting tonight. That's where Larry is. No, I don't know about that because you know what? There was a secret Wolfpack meeting. I imagine the YouTube algorithm would still trigger and give us a bunch of recommendations, but teach us on. All right. Grizzly Bear Greg, he actually has a statement. This is good. Have a big issue buying XRP no more on KuCoin. Mexi no go. Oh, and you know what? Here's the thing. A lot of times these exchanges run out of what? XRP. And again, like we pointed out here quite a few times, and let's face it, there's other content creators who might say this, the same thing. That supply and demand. And it's just that if exchanges are running out of coins, even that much supply and demand for this particular crypto. So consider it, as we would refer to it, as a good problem. All right. How about this? People sharing the love. Brian Dowie, Grizzly, I heard they were putting limits on XRP and KuCoin today. You may agree to that. You may think it's nonsense and so on. But again, it does what? It creates that much more demand for it. And again, XRP is currently a little over that 50-cent mark. Pretty cool. We'll get more into that in a bit because we're going to look at the overall crypto market here soon. Cool Cat Crypto. Oh, wow. We are out of time. If the exchanges have run dry. Yeah, Larry, there is no tomorrow. All right. Yes, hit the like button. I know it's something that we don't really remind people enough about, but we do need to start doing it more, especially if things are starting to trigger finally for this channel and so on. By the way, smash the like button if you can. We really would appreciate it. All right. You guys are asking each other questions, saying hello to each other. No, he is not with the Rock Lady. I know that's a popular belief. And how about this? Grizzly Bear Greg, I was able to bag 1,000 coins on KuCoin before I started getting a not in the right zone. Oh, boy. Linois, Max, I finally got my 100 quant today. 100 quant. Man, raised the roof all the way up on that one, my friend. That is amazing.
Awesome achievement, huh?
Yes, I remember Selma Fudd stating that was one of his goals. That is very impressive, sir. That is, man, I mean, talk about diamond hand and quant. I wish I could be able to say that. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm basically DCing into quant. I'm trying to do it at least once a month, preferably bi-weekly. But that's incredible, man. Shout out to you, sir. That's really, really awesome. Coochie Boy says, I am not selling any XRP until 10K. That's a good strategy. Me personally, that's the way I look at it as well. Maybe I'll do a little bit at 1,200. I don't know. I'm kind of undecided on that one. But yeah, that's a good point because I mean, I think I last looked at it. At my current holdings of XRP, if I was to sell at 10K, I'd be worth like 30 million off of XRP alone, and that's just massive. So
that's a good thought about the exit plan, exit strategies, and things like that.
Yeah,
just
you always
to know
need to have one.
What you are going to do when that day comes. It's not about if, right? But
yeah,
it's more likely about a when the day comes.
A when, absolutely. And I think the other day I shared something, or was going to share something about this guy who sold his SHIB. So he had, I guess he invested something like, I don't know what it was, but it wasn't even that much. It was like January 2021. And then he sold his SHIB 2 weeks later for a loss, right? Because he wasn't patient. I guess he thought crypto was just a get rich quick scheme. And then he came back to it, of course, when it went to all-time highs. He's like, oh my God. He was like, that would have been worth $1 billion. And he just kind of, hang his head. Yeah, it's not a get rich quick scheme. You may thought it was because you saw amazing things happen with Doge, right? But it's just that some people do get extremely lucky. Don't get me wrong, but some people also just needed to do more of their own research and so on. And we hope that we can help you guys do more of your own research. And that's just the key thing, helping you do your research, but not giving you financial advice. All right. Grizzly Bear Greg, I hope XRP spanks the SEC. I'm betting on it too. I hope they spank the living heck out of them. Cool Cat Crypto Rock Girl is costing Larry millions. It's not the Rock Girl. I get where you guys are coming from. All right. Salamander, the XDC commander, Larry is looking for XRP like Indiana Jones on the Raiders of the Lost Ark, waiting for it to go higher and harder to find and get. My goodness, yes, that may very well be the case. That's pretty hilarious. XRP 10K, I believe so. Some guys have even lowballed it. Remember when we were talking about that one lady that, conservatively speaking, said that she saw it going to what was it, 1,200, and that was kind of like lowballing it, right? Like 10% of, I don't know. I have to get back to it. Sometimes it's kind of hard to remember
that,
everything.
Yeah, on that
Yeah.
thought, real quick, I was in a conversation, I think, with my brother today about what the potential could be, and in my opinion, the way I quickly went to the thought was just zoom out and just think about how much money flow happens around the world, right? That's calculatable right now. You can already see how much money is moving around, and so once all that gets converted into a digital asset, I mean, we could almost even project a certain number. I obviously you wouldn't want me to project it, but you would. I'm sure it's calculatable to a certain degree, right?
Yeah.
Like 10K, for example, like that is just a certain level that makes sense because of the fact that of the total total circulating supply and the market cap and whatnot.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
that's the whole thing, that market cap in itself will explode. I think people who even have overestimated what XRP can get to, and some of these other ISOs, right? It's inaccurate to the point where you can't correctly value it yet, because we haven't seen it fully tested as far as like the influx of trillions, if not quadrillions, if you think about multiple countries doing this, right? When it comes to the likes of XRP and so on.
Sure.
How about this? Pat Murphy, good to see you. He says XRP will never be 10K. Sorry to burst your bubble. That's all right. We agree to disagree and so on, and that's good. We want to, we never want the show to be just, hey, you know what? If you're not part of our tribe, the heck with you, right? Like, I hate
What?
tribalism.
You hear
I think
that,
it's
guys?
ridiculous.
You don't think
Yeah,
it's gonna go 10K? Get
yeah,
around. No, don't do that.
yeah.
That's good. He might mean that it's gonna just bypass 10K and it's just gonna go instantly flip to 100K and it's never gonna see the likes of 10. So like it's gonna be so fast you would never see it.
How about
Good
this?
point.
Yeah,
Good
that's
point.
a good point. Pat Murphy, how about this though? Where do you realistically think XRP will go? I'd like to actually hear that. Or see that. In this case is chat. A little bit further down, Coochie Boy, XRP 10K probably in 7 years. I'm cool with that. Cool cat. I mean, I wish it would be sooner. I mean, we all wish everything would be sooner, right? Especially that guy who cashed out his SHIB in 2 weeks for a loss, right? Poor guy. XRP is the Ark of the Covenant. He states, I don't believe that, but anyway. Cool Cat Crypto, he who gazes upon XRP shall surely die. Oh wow. All right. We're almost to the bottom of the comments. Let's see here. Cool Cat Crypto says you are right, it will be higher than 10K. Coochie Boy, now that the ISOs are being delayed, it will be interesting to see XRP scale. Yes, good point. Till at least March of 2023, where it's mandatory. A lot of people feel as though that where things really are set in stone is April, but teach his own. How about this? Michael Cornwell, good to see you. Hopefully you're feeling a lot better, my friend. I really mean that. Michael Cornwell says trillions will flow through the nations. Yes. And when you add up all those trillions and so on, could we get to the quadrillion? I mean, that's a big leap. A lot of people don't realize the difference between, even when it comes to billions and trillions. It's just a thing in your head, but when you see it broke down on the numbers, it's massive, right? All right, Linwa, can you still swap XRP in the Exodus wallet? I don't know that. Maybe somebody else here could give that answer. That's a good question. Pat Murphy, I hope it does happen, but I don't think it will. Okay, fair enough. Daniel Gayton, hi everyone. Hello, Daniel. Good to see you. I think Larry mentioned something about the whole thing with you on the particular website, maybe getting with a particular individual. I don't know if it was with Legrand or him or so on. He did bring up your name, but good to see you tonight, sir. Glad to have you here. There he is, the guy we haven't seen since yesterday. How about that? Iron Lux Trader, XRP will go back to its all-time highs if they win their lawsuit. I feel as though it's going to go back to the all-time highs and then some. Personally, I wouldn't be surprised if just literally overnight went to $10. I know some people are like, well, that's just, what about the market cap and so on? How about this? How about looking at what's going on with XRP even before all this stuff is happening and how it's held the number 6 spot with like what? Again, not a lot going on. So imagine when that flips there will be massive things happening for XRP where the market cap in that itself would explode. All right. Let me see. Further down, and then we are going to kick things in the show, whether we like it or not, because we need to. Salamander, I see $50 XRP by 2024 or higher. Yeah, I don't see why that couldn't happen. There's a lot of things that are in line to make it that happen, and if not even higher. Cocac XRP is 2 for $1. Yes, that's a good point. And how about this? Michael Cornwell, all the world's gold value in a market cap, XRP equals gold. Yes, thank you for pointing that out. Here he is, Le Grand Commission. Le Grand Commission. Hello, beautiful people. Yeah. The crypto market is looking ready to blast off to the moon. How about this? Kushi Boy, what if XRP doesn't release any more XRP from escrow? That's a very good point. And then how about this? Ironlux Trader XRP will not be 10K. That's being unrealistic. Okay, fair enough. Brian, see, here you go. The guy from earlier, right? Here's another person who believes the same way as you do. And, it's good to have a back and forth on this. And again, we don't want to be where the channel, like, you have to be on our same page. No, it's not about that. It's having constructive debates on why you feel this way and so on, right? So Brian Dowie states iron, I think, is close to 10 in 2 weeks after the lawsuit ends. All right, a little bit further down. Grizzly Bear feels as though he would love to hear about the theory of why it will rise. There's quite a few people in the comments who can share that. Of course, we share that multiple times. We'll get more into that in a bit. I'm just trying to get to the bottom before we kick things into the actual show. Not that we haven't done the show, but you get what I'm saying. Some of you guys saying what was it, 350? Okay. Salman, XRP must win the SEC for all crypto to survive. Well, I don't know. I mean, is it really all crypto? I think it's just a big win in general. But of course, we're all rooting for that, whether a person is an XRP fan or not, right? It's a big win for crypto. And he says he's very interested, him as in Grizzly Bear Greg, very interested in the nation banks trading their currency and how XRP will grow to that. Hold on a second. MAC will be at least 300 in the next bull run or within the next 5 to 10 years easy. I'm totally fine with that. I hold a position of that, a decent position. Some of you guys have DCA'd multiple times, and that's awesome. All right. At 50, I will have about 7.5 million. Wow. That's incredible. All right. Michael Cornwell, like gold used to be backed by paper dollars. Now it's digital dollars. Basically, that's how it blows to the top. Daniel Gate and XRP holds number 6 spot with little U.S. centralized exchange volume. Yeah. And just imagine when all these other centralized exchanges come back on board, it's going to be massive for that. Hey, there he is. Jeff Pruden, aka Z. What's up, family? Good to see you, Jeff. And let me just read this one real quick. I'm going to just go further down. Grizzly, when Ripple wins the lawsuit, it will be mass adoption. Yeah, I totally believe in that as well. Hey, there's Briltony. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. How about this? Coochie Boy, remember XRP was meant to be used for institution, not retail use. That's, I think, the main thing. I think that's the main, or I should say the main thing on how we get to some of these crazy market caps that people don't believe in. Mr. No Face, good to see you. CTN, yes, glad to have you here tonight. And you guys, of course, welcome Briltony. That's good. And Mr. No Face. Other than the case, what are the arguments against XRP? I don't really know. I mean, why would anybody want to argue against it other than the SEC, realistically speaking, other than people that are anti-XRP from the retail side, right? Coochie Boy, Matic will be $100 easily by the end of 2023. Coochie Boy, the JP Morgan collab will send Matic. It will. There's more to it, though, with Matic. We're going to get into that news as well. How about this? 99-cent super chat from Michael Cornwell. Thank you very much, sir. Really appreciate it. Awesome. As usual, nice way to start things off on the show. And then another 99-cent super chat came in. Really appreciate that. Linois, sorry, guys, I had to go. Have a good night. Please have a good show. We certainly will. Thanks for dropping by. And again, congratulations to you on your 100 quant. That's massive, man. Like, you're going to be more than set. All right. Let's kick it into the actual what's going on with the overall crypto market cap, and then we will have some exclusive coverage for you from Luke Lango. Really glad to bring you guys this premium um, video for you, and I think he's spot on with some of the statements he's basically made. And here we go. So here is what's going on with the overall crypto market. I put out an alert earlier today on tweet, as you guys were able to see. I saw this thing rise into 1.04 trillion, and I should say I saw it. I mean, just saw it like kind of like you guys saw it, right? But here's the thing. Why that is significant is because it was the first time we saw 1.04 trillion in quite a long time. And now we're up to 1.06 trillion. Look at this, guys. I mean, this is a big win for crypto, right? We're up to 5.82%. And I think also, let's face it, the numbers reflect that here of people watching the show. When the market is doing well, more people are just going to do what? They want to find out why their particular assets in their portfolio are doing well. So what's trending? As usual from the last week or so, because for instance, Dogecoin and Elon, everything with Elon Musk and Twitter and whatnot. So that's up about close to 5%. Heck, even Casper, one of the ISO 222s, is doing very well. Edward, do you hold any Casper by any chance?
No. So my original purchase of Casper was turned into, wait for it, Luna Classic. Yeah. So I had a nice little ISO bag. I had a little accumulation starting. And once Luna Classic started getting that volcanic rumble, I had to make all hands on deck kind of get converted over, because I too like to be a short trader sometimes. I like to play the markets and read the charts and things like that. So short answer, no, sir.
No, that's all right. I'm not into Casper yet myself, but it's definitely one that I want to add to my portfolio. There's my beloved Shiba Inu. It's up close to 8%. Pretty awesome. We're going to check out what's going on with the 1 hour chart. And just like that, you see some of these are kind of fluctuating. Axie Infinity is really standing out. I personally do not know why that's standing out. Again, maybe we'll get more into that, but there's only so much to cover in a show like this, right? So for instance, that is definitely standing out. 10.5%, 26% on the 24-hour chart, and then 21% for the 7-day chart. If that's the case, I need to double check on what's going on with Smooth Love Potion. We'll get into that a little bit. And then here's what's going on, for instance, with the top 100 on a 24-hour chart. My friend, one of my best friends, I should say, Jerry Tapia, aka Monster, comes in here every once in a while. He holds a decent bag of Loop Ring, and he was always telling me, he's like, you should get into Loop Ring. What they got going on with GameStop is huge, and so on. And finally, look at this. This is up about 36%. So maybe I should have listened to him. But at the end of the day, I mean, can you really buy all of everything? I don't know. Maybe you can, but anyway, yeah, that's what's going on with that. Of course, Matic, we're going to get more into that. Look at that, guys. 18.5%, up 28% on the 7-day chart. And how about this? Finally, Terra Luna Classic up about 16%. Is this the sign of new things to come? I feel as though it is just that. We do have some news to share with you guys in regards to Terra Luna Classic, and we definitely will get more into that. Glad to see Sandbox is finally doing something. I also hold a bag of that. I, of course, overpay for it, but in the long term, I feel as though that is still one of the standout ones as far as what they provide and so on, as far as the game, you name it, right? Aave has been very underrated and not talked much about, maybe because of the price, but they are definitely what I would like to refer to as the clear pool of large market cap. Okay. That's just the quick gist of that. Chainlink, we talk about here not quite a bit. Some of you guys mentioned some. We took basically like a small to medium dive into that, but it's worthy to point it out. It's up 11%, 22% on that 7-day chart. Even Algorand, right? Why is Algorand doing things? Well, maybe because of that FIFA partnership, and then basically what is here coming up soon with the World Cup by the end of the month. All right, so the next thing we're getting to is I'm just going to briefly look at this right here with the watch list, and let me just show you guys that for a second. Oop, I already had that. So Oh boy, hold on a second. Let me do a stop share if I log back into that. Every now and then, my PC will do this crazy thing, or actually, it'll be we call it Coin Market Cap. Will do the whole thing where they'll just kind of log you out after so long. I guess for security measures and so on. So
Does
that's
anybody
right.
like doing that puzzle piece thing? I mean, am I right? That puzzle piece thing is so annoying. But I guess I don't want people to see my watch list. It's got to keep my watch list safe.
Yeah, it's part of how it goes sometimes. But I do see we have close to 20, or we have 28, close to 30 people. Let's try to get to 30. Guys, hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Maybe we can get 30, maybe even more tonight. Obviously we have more people here because the overall market, again, people just want to see what's going on with that. So here's what's going on my particular watch list. Like I mentioned, we saw what was going on with that before. Now, this is the one I wanted to bring you guys eyes and attention to, and that is Stratos, STOS, one of our members of the community, Access Gaming. He mentioned, he sent me you sent me like a tweet like about a week ago, I think, or maybe it's 5 days ago. I don't know, roughly a week ago. And you're like, oh man, look at this. This is at 60 cents. Okay. So even at I think you mentioned something like the low that you saw for it or something was 15 cents. Don't quote me on that. But where the case be, even if it was 20 cents, right? So he sends me a tweet, says, look at this. And it was up to like 60 cents. And this was like a week ago. And then blast off from there, it's up to 87 cents. So, hats off to you, my friend, where, this has been a great pick for you, up 117% on the 7-day chart and 41% for the day. We're going to have to do more of a deep dive into Stratos, aka STOS. Some of these other ones, sometimes we have some people, let's face it, from the Volt Army coming through here, and that's great. So any Volt people up in here, you're up about 17.5%, 74% on that 7-day chart. My goodness. Really, really cool to see some of this. My half pizza, which is, in my opinion, just garbage at this point. It's up as soon as maybe some of these projects get into all-time highs and I see that I'm able to get back into the profits and take any profit off that, I am out. I do not like the direction that the dev team has taken that particular project. Telcoin is pumping, and the reason why they are pumping is, for instance, what is going on, for instance, with providing like a debit card payment solution for various different cryptos. Believe it or not, Polygon was mentioned to be in the mix with that. Now you may be like, huh? Well, we'll get more into that hopefully if we have time. And
Kind
of
of like
course,
interoperability. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, no, that's right. It is the whole thing with interoperability, and you're not interrupting because I want you also to kick in on, chime in on some of this.
I'll just do that every once in a while for sure.
Yeah, that's fine. By all means, go ahead and do it. And then Gala, where you want to call it, it's up about 18%. I need to know from you guys, because I haven't looked more into it. Did they still halt the the trading, for instance, on crypto.com app and various other ones? Or do you feel as though it's still, I should say feel as though, is it basically still halted? Because right now it's up about 18%. All right. Before we kick things back into the comments, just briefly, it's going to be a little bit back and forth and so on, because we don't want to try to keep a good balance, but we got some good problems tonight, which is good. And that is this right here. We're not gonna play the whole thing. I tried to get it right to the point where I should say it just gets, to just the point, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and stop the share because I forgot I gotta do the whole thing with the tab. But he pounds it home on what is going on with the market, and we want to kind of keep it with flow with some of these topics, right? Like what is going on with the market? Why is some of this going on as we speak? There's a reason for it. Again, this is straight from not Charlie Schrum, but Luke Lango of this premium service, which is Investor Place. We're going to take a brief moment to listen to this. It's only about, I don't know, about 3.5 to 4 minutes long, but it's, in my opinion, spot on with what is going on with this particular market. So we're going to listen to this and then we'll come right back.
You have other central banks, not named the Fed, starting to capitulate as well. First, it was the Bank of England. They started a big bond buying program. Then it was the Reserve Bank of Australia. They slowed their roll of rate hikes. They were going 75 every month. They decided to go 50 last time. Then we had the Polish central bank, who actually altogether stopped hiking rates. And just this week, we had the closest hit to home. The Bank of Canada, right to our north, our northern neighbors, the Bank of Canada was widely expected to hike rates by 75 basis points. They went for a 50 bip hike instead. Two meetings ago, they went 100. Last meeting, they went 75. This meeting, they went 50. They're clearly slowing their roll. So what we're seeing is the central bank capitulation trend globally has arrived, and it's acting like a series of dominoes. One after the other, they are falling down. The big domino, of course, is the Fed, but the Fed is not exempt from the domino trend. Central banks are capitulating. England, Australia, Poland, Canada. You're going to get the ECB. You're going to get the Fed. The big dominoes are going to fall. And when they do fall, the money printer turns back on, and risk assets like Bitcoin are going to go through the roof. So, long story short, the moment that we've been waiting for, the signal that we've been waiting for, has finally arrived. We are ready to get back into the crypto markets with a very bullish slant. We are ready to issue a bunch of new buy alerts over the next few weeks to months. We think that buyers of the dip around current levels, around current times, stand to make a lot of money as cryptos enter what we think will be a new boom cycle in 2023. Now, to go over all of this in deeper detail, my good friend and co-publisher of this newsletter, Crypto Investor Network, Charlie Shrem, is going to hold a roundtable discussion this afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm just here today to give you the macro overview, the macroeconomic overview.
So, I mean, it is just that, I mean, recognizing what has happened with some of these Fed rate hikes and so on, there's more to it in this particular video and so on. But a little bit more in regards to this, like he mentions, back in 2009 when Bitcoin was invented, inflation was not, of course, an issue. But in fact, we had negative inflation, or I should say at that time, but the global economy was on the brink of collapse. In order to prevent utter catastrophe, central banks around the world started to print more money, as we know, right? Instead of inflation, cryptocurrencies are actually a hedge against money printing. And that's the whole thing in itself, a hedge against money printing. And that's why, of course, like it mentions right here, Bitcoin and other altcoins have performed exceptionally well when the central bank was printing money over the past decade. Look into it more for yourself, right? And says, and conversely, they've performed very poorly when the money printer was turned off. Look at what happened in 2022. Yeah, we're still in it. I get it. But it's just that the money printer was turned off. And as a result, we saw this crazy bear market. So there's the whole thing, for instance, like it mentions right here, where the Federal Reserve is now considering turning the money printer back on. Over the past few weeks, we've heard dovish rhetoric from 3 different Fed board members. Plus, last Friday, the Wall Street Journal, which had become the mouthpiece for the Fed, published an article that said the central bank was thinking of slowing its rate hike in that regard. So I just wanted to show you guys some of this. I'm kind of on board with Luke Lango when it comes to the whole concept of where we should start seeing things shift in another direction. And I think you're starting to see this with this particular overall crypto market cap. I mean, for instance, to see what's going on with, we're us being up to 1.06 trillion, all these things pumping. I just don't feel as though that it's just a perfect example of, oh, this is just temporary and so on. Maybe one more time, but I mean, I don't know. I'm just getting all the indicators.
That's the ups and downs, though. Like we're just kind of, I've heard it called crabbing, I think, just kind of walking horizontally like that, And so that's good stuff. That's better than down, down, down. That's just we're starting to show some resistance. I think that's what it is, or support. As actually, I'm sorry, not resistance, support at the bottom. Like we're like you found some actual ground here, possibly.
Yeah, no, you're right, and it could be very well, just that.
Mhm.
We're gonna kick things just back into the comments just for a brief moment because I did see that we had some, for instance, some super chats that came in. Give me just a second. I think I might have lost my spot. No, I guess we did lose my spot. So, how about this? Here it is. Iron Lux Trader XIM moves with XRP XLM as a better buy. Okay. It's XIM XLM XIM. What is XIM? Is it a XXI gaming token? I'm kidding. All right. Iron Lux Trader, more bang for your buck. That's a good point. How about this? Mike Cornwell with another 99 super chat. Thank you so much, sir. Really appreciate, super chats from you guys. But just overall, just appreciate you guys just always being here and supporting us from the good times and the bad. And I think if anything with the bull market, hopefully being here on the near horizon, it's just going to be that more people obviously tune in and so on because people get more excited when their assets are doing well. It's just a natural reaction. Mr. Lambo's Crypto Talk. Okay, asking Iron Lux what your price prediction is for XLM. Okay. So let's go further down. Hey, there's the man of the hour, Michael Monteclair. Hey, y'all. Man, we've been playing your music the last few days and so on. Maybe we'll play a little bit more later. Good to see you, sir. And keep doing your thing that you've been doing, and that is just killing it with amazing music. I really mean that, man. Your voice is awesome. Really, really nice. Okay. How about this? Iron Lux Trader states that he owns almost 8K in XLM. Wow. Nice. Not too shabby. How about this guy right here? I haven't seen you in a while. Damian Vargas. Hey, Max, if the bear market lasts for one more year, other YouTube influencers claim even some top 50 cryptos will not compete with new projects. What's your opinion on which cryptos will still compete? I have an answer for that, but first, I'm actually going to kick it over to my co-host, Mr. Edward Vincent. What do you think about this particular statement?
So
Not putting you on the spot, but yeah.
No, you're good. It's because I've said this before, and I've kind of alluded to the fact that it's possible that, in my opinion, that through regulation, it's possible that we do shed off a ton of different coins. Target, you can say we wanted to look at maybe the top 50. I think that's a little bit extreme, maybe, but if there were some real reasons, like for example, the world was coming to an end, I could see that possibly, like figuratively it coming to an end.
Good
like
point,
that would
yeah.
be 50 only. There would be no more money, right? The total market cap must drop down to what, $1 billion for that to happen, or what? I don't have the math on that, but that's a good thought there.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah. Which ones will still compete though is the question. Sorry. Let's see.
Yeah, so I mean, here's the thing.
ISOs, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, yes, absolutely.
That's the answer.
Yeah, I think that is the answer.
In my opinion.
I'm just gonna go with that in general. I think there's some other ones obviously that are tied into like I just have it, the NFTs. I mean, Polygon, right? That obviously is, one that stands out is gonna still be here. Chronos, so on and so forth. So yeah, I was gonna answer the question, but I'm pretty much aligned with Edward on that particular statement. But thank you for that question. How about this? I'm gonna put a star right here to keep her spot. And then we're going to go further down because I did see that we had a super chat, another one. If I can get to it. There it is. Thank you, Michael Montclair, for the $2 super chat. We always appreciate that here. He says, thanks, new album coming out next year. That's awesome. Right on, man. And we're going to kick things back, of course, to the previous because trying to make sure that we keep the flow going. Here we go. Did I go too far down? What the heck? Oh, there we go. This one. Same with the LeBron. Okay. Tim Shea still holding strong on his bone. We're going to keep covering bone. We noticed that as far as from the recorded videos and so on, it's Luna Classic, Quant, XDC, Bone, Ethereum Classic. Those were top performers as far as subscribers and so on. So we need to keep, I guess you could say, catering to the base. And of course, we know certain ones that trend. Need to mention that as well. Like, for instance, I did that Clayton review a while back. When I first did that video, come on, man, it was like 15 people or something like that watched it. And then, of course, when it blasted off, then all of a sudden it's like, 200 or 300 views. So there are situations like that where an old video will do a lot better because all of a sudden it pumps, and it's just because things are trending and whatnot. Hey, Tim, a pizza for you, but not bought with Bitcoin, of course. All right, so we're gonna have to get more further down in the comments, because otherwise we will not be able to pick up read them all. Michael Montclair, B-Rise is picking up momentum, big things on the horizon. That's cool. I know that Todd, aka Common Sense, he's into that particular one. Some of you guys also are. Brian Dowley, 28 beautiful people for those keeping score at home. Yep, that happened earlier. Hopefully we get some more people coming back. Legrand says this feels right. Yeah. XXI game, yes sir. Yeah, I got in at 22 cents, but it was at 15 right before he got in. He's referring to that one we talked about earlier. Was it Stratos or Statos? Can't pronounce it right. Great pick, my friend. I mean, that's awesome. I love seeing members of our community recognize certain crypto projects. They did their own research, and they're like, you know what, this is one that flies on the radar. That's why I got into making cryptocurrency content originally, like for instance with Clearpool, because I felt as though that was a project that was a good solid one that flew under the radar and whatnot. And you, in my opinion, you found one that flew under the radar, and look how well it's doing.
That's one of the coolest things about Crypto Talk now, is being able to just have all these people, me, you, everybody, like everybody who can see anything. They have these things that they like, things that don't like, and you don't have to necessarily go look at it when it's all getting pushed right into your face, which is great. And then you have these do your own research segments, which are essentially spawned from these kinds of comments. So yeah, kudos to everybody, and kudos to you, Max, for making all that content to help everybody further.
Well, thanks. And I appreciate everybody, of course, who's watched our recording and whatnot. I get it that the whole do your own research segments of CTN may not be as popular compared to some other content creators, but I think in the end it will pay off, and the word will get around. Word of mouth is a very strong suit for anything. Ironlux Trader, listen to this, guys. He states he thinks Stellar Lumen's XLM is going to pump hard when the SEC and XRP lawsuit is over. That's a good point, right? Because it's not just going to be just XRP and so on. It's going to be the ones that are tied into those particular, provide that particular utility. And XLM definitely stands out as being one that is right there with XRP. So then pump more when the ISO becomes mainstream and we have a bull run, maybe a few dollars. What do you think, guys? Well, for the most part, where I think this thing is going. I mean, and I respect your opinion on this, because I get it. Because a lot of times, people look at, like the overall market cap of crypto, and they're like, there's just no way when it comes to that. But yeah, guys, let him know what you think. How about you? What do you think? I mean, his stance about 10,000 XRP feels as though it's unrealistic. But what do you think, Edward, in regards to his particular statement with XLM and so on?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's pretty given, obviously. Whenever the ISOs become mainstream, that one's just going to be along for the ride. All ships rise with the tide. But also, I was thinking, what if ISOs aren't unstoppable, right? What if there is some sort of revolutionary blockchain movement that it's like, what? ISO compliance is great, security is great, but what if it doesn't skyrocket? I mean, how is there anything life guaranteed like ISOs? Just trying to play devil's advocate here on that thought, just kind of hopping over there on the other side. It's like, maybe you could be right.
Well, people used to always say, there's two things guaranteed in life. You're going to be born and then you're going to die, right? Well, there's taxes. Third thing, taxes, right? And the fourth thing is that it's just that taxes. I was going to say literally, the third thing would be that there's a things that cost money and you're gonna have to pay for. So
True
that in
that.
itself is value. But you already mentioned taxes anyway.
Yeah, my man.
Yeah, no, that's right. Crypto Talk Now VR. Let's get to 100 likes. That'd be amazing. I haven't had that in a long time, but that's okay.
Do it.
Brian Dowie sees XLM around 7 to 10 end of next bull cycle. Nice. All right. XXI, yes, they stopped me from buying on crypto.com. I had to buy that big dip on Coinbase. Got in at 32 cents on the dip. Okay. Grizzly Bear likes what he's hearing. All right, let's go a little bit further down. Man, Tim, okay, hold on a second. Yeah, you guys have a conversation. I'm just trying to keep some good balance here. Tim Shea says he bought P Gala or Gala. I don't know. I always call it Gala because of the apple. Let's just be honest. On BNB, the price was messed up because they were draining liquidity. Not cool, right? Never cool. He ended up selling that bag this morning and doubled his position at BNB. Awesome. Yeah, BNB is a good one to hold, especially when it comes to the bull market. We get back into the bull market, that thing could explode back to where it was before in, at the end of last year's bull market. Brolton, he's saying hello to Ironlux Trader. Okay. All right. How about this comment? Michael Montclair. Okay, if that's the case, many financial institutions are getting into crypto. My estimate is 13 trillion, includes BlackRock. And that, they as in BlackRock will enter the market or are now. Spell token XRP tonic will explode. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. BlackRock, the world's largest asset custodian. That would make sense, and they want to be on board when everything explodes because they are just that. Go ahead.
Yeah, that clip you were playing earlier, he was basically talking about, it's like we were saying, it's one of those signs that are just kind of giving us indicators that things aren't just straight plummeting anymore. That whenever you see and hear about people talking about major institutions wanting to start investing in crypto, or it's time to start investing in crypto, right? That's just more influence to push that sentiment of the market, right? The sentiment is just when you hear that word and you want to go do it, get that FOMO in you or whatever it is, right? That drive to make you go invest. That's kind of one of those things that I think average out in our minds, which is pretty neat to hear.
Yeah, it's just a game of extreme patience. I mean, sometimes like when I'm at the DMV, I know it sounds like a crazy analogy, but listen to this. I go down the DMV and I'm like, thinking to myself, oh God, well, this is kind of like physical interaction with, with like how crypto is. It's just a test of my patience. And I just got to keep holding on. They're going to call my number. They're going to call my crypto.
My tickets. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, that's a good point, the way to look at it. Anyway, how about this, guys? XSI Gaming states, yeah, I got an alert on his phone about Stratos going up and looked at it on my wish list and seeing it fell hard. It was like 30 minutes late. LO Max, I wish I had a token. You don't have any? I thought you did. Oh, man. I'm sorry, man. That sucks. Well,
at least there's 19,999 other ones that you could go look at.
Yeah.
So there's probably a lot more opportunities out there, which is okay.
That's where, right. That's where the music plays, where it goes, wah, 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 wah. I'm sorry. All right. Thanks again, Michael Montclair, for $2 super chat. These guys' album going to be coming out next year, he states. All right, let's go further down. Cool Cat Crypto, why are they both still wearing Halloween, man? I don't know, man. I mean, you know what? It's because my my actual face is just I don't know, man. Like I got to cover it up, so I'm still wearing the mask. All right, Halloween is over, right? Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Cool Cat. Very cool.
Brian Dow, Cool Cat, we need floating head Max back. Well,
what about floating head Ed? Could I do that?
Yeah, here's the thing. You want to get yourself. Well, you have to have a green screen, though. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah. I don't have that. If anything's possible, though, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Tim Shea, Max, did you get into Uniswap in the 2 range where you were talking about? I wish. How about this? Wah, 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 wah. No, but yeah, it's. Let me take a look at Uniswap real quick. I don't need to share this. I'll just tell you guys where it went. So it's Now in the top 20s, number 17. And yeah, it's not, yeah. And the 768 up about 10%. Jeez. Yeah. But it's just one of those things. My thing is this. I like to buy the decent positions, or I should say a decent amount. And it was probably a perfect example of maybe I was like, you know what, I want to put more of this investment into like Luna Classic at the time or something like that. But nonetheless, I do like to present these opportunities to you guys and so on. And I'm really glad to see that some people took advantage of just that. But no, unfortunately, I did not get into it when I pointed that out. But whoever did, you're killing it right now. All right. XLM to 1K easy. All right. Two things, Death and Larry not buying XRP. Oh, jeez. All right, Coochie Boy. Word is Cryptos is able to pair up with XRP to become ISO compliant. And meanwhile, Brian Dowie says, what's up, the cooler cat, and talking. Okay, hold on a second. XLM will stay mostly at 1/3 the price of XRP price, give or take. XRP hits 1K. Expect XLM to be about 300. You both look lovely. Thank you for that, Brultony.
Thank you, Beardy. Brultony.
I never knew how the right way to you know
You
what?
can say BRL. That's what I like to say.
BRL?
It's like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, BRL is like super easy. BRL.
I still know it as Brultony, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But Brultony, if there's any way you want us to pronounce or want me to pronounce, I'll definitely will do that for you.
Thank you, Brittany.
All right, Grizzly Bear Gray. Any news about Elon and Doge? We will. You know what? You got some information about Doge, don't you not?
Yeah, I wanted to I was reading an article earlier about something in regard to Luna Classic and Doge. I thought we might talk about that a little bit later.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we'll get more into that. I know we're approaching an hour, so we do really need to kind of get more into some of these things. Sure. Here's a gem, Grove token, hydroponics, soon to be on 3 blockchains. Okay, I think I might have heard of Grove. Hold on, Elon, Doge, and CZ. Wow. Okay. Wasn't aware of that particular one. I do see the super chat came up. Give me just a second, Salamander. I just want to. We're so close to it anyway. I know you can't get into everything you like all the time. Happens to me too. Whenever anyone talks about it, I mention how you brought. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that because if anything, it brings more awareness to CTN. And Tim, you've been one of the most loyal, awesome contributing persons to CTN. So that means a lot, man. I really appreciate you mentioning that. She says, okay, yeah, Brilton or BRL is fine, or Brilton. Okay.
Yes, she is.
All right, Salamander in space, aka the XDC commander. Come on, guys, help this community out and give. We're all making money. Help the CTN and send some super chats. Well, I do appreciate that. I also realize that maybe some people want to DCA into some of the ones that they did see dips on and so on. But yeah, I really appreciate that, Salamander. Let's kick things into more crypto news here at Crypto Talk Now. All right, here we go. This particular one, you guys don't see it yet. This one is awesome. I will state, screen sharing was okay, yeah. I'll state this much, okay? Hopefully more people show up for this particular segment, because when you see this particular one, you're going to be like, wow, I am literally going to share that, Max. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and share it right now before I present it, because you're going to want to retweet this. This is one of the most well put together quant clips I've ever seen. It is freaking awesome. It's like awesome up there with like what you saw with XRP, where that one guy was just going off on that tangent about how, for instance, XRP, is connected to everything and doing all this stuff and all their partnerships, and then it showed George Washington's head like exploding with fire. It's up there on that scale. Yeah, it's awesome. So let me go ahead and first just do that. I'm going to retweet it. There we go. Retweet. And I'm going to share this particular one. This is the award for people that basically stuck around, because why not? So here we go. Hopefully you can see this, Edward.
Gilbert. Yes, sir.
All right. So it says the editing on this is funny as hell. I decided to follow Quant 316 mainly because of this. And then he has other good stuff that he posts as well. It says Quant, the $1 trillion man. This was just released on November 1st. you may have already seen it, some of you guys, but guys, it's only a minute and 16, but man, it is awesome. Here we go.
14.4 million, there's 18 decimal points behind it.
So there's a long way to go for scoping the value of this and it may be really global in that context.
Yeah. Ben. I don't know, in 10 years' time, we may be hitting limits.
Trillions and trillions of pounds flowing through the network every couple of hours is more than what Bitcoin does in its whole market cap. So Bitcoin is still small in terms of its volume. So there's trillions flowing through the system, and so in 5 years' time, where it's going to be, I think value will be derived in the trillions because excuse me. I think in about 10 years' time, every couple of hours is trillions and trillions of every couple of hours is trillions and trillions of flowing through the network.
Hitting limits.
DeFi is just a small drop. Is more than what Bitcoin does in its whole market cap. In the end, in the back end, no one's going to care how it works.
That's a beautiful vision, and I support it 100%.
All right. Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's just awesome. But here's the key takeaway. And of course, there's a quant video that's going to premiere tomorrow. Of course, I did one today. I'm trying to keep up with it because we are getting a decent quant following, which is super cool. Where he's like, he basically mentions Bitcoin, right? And one of the key things he mentions is about, for instance, quant does more. I think he said something like in a couple hours. The entire market cap of Bitcoin.
That's kind of what I was what I was saying earlier today. Once you think about how much money is going to be actually just going into this, it's going to be just, breathtaking, make you want to fall down the trailer, spill your drink a little bit kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's crazy. So Michael Montclair says he has 0.006 quant. LOL. It's a start. It is, and that's a good thing. Here's the thing. I'm glad he pointed out. Yeah, he's laughing and so on. But it's just not, guys. Don't be so intimidated by the price of quant where you cannot at least start a position to it.
It's like $10, right?
Well, whatever the case be, it's a fragment. Yeah. And if that's how you start, you DCA into it until you get a full quant. Do what you got to do. But we're going to kick it into the next part of this. Hold on a second. All right, here we go. And this is another one. I got to, of course, share it. But some good stuff on quant tonight. This is, of course, this particular topic, this segment is basically quant, because why not? And it says quant, 3 lines of code. And, of course, you hear this mentioned quite a bit in regards to quant. And rightfully so. And it tracks people who were wanting to get into it. I mean, not having to do blocks and blocks and blocks of code. And you have to do, like, for instance, 3 lines. I get it. You can add, of course, more, but it's something that's so simplistic. It tracks other devs. All right, we're going to take a moment to basically hear this. There we go. Full screen in it, and we'll be right back.
And we also had economies of scope in the sense that if I have already a big network, say I'm providing messaging services, I can just write 2 or 3 lines of code and convert that messenger into a payment system.
Our problem was, why shouldn't enterprise start today? Why shouldn't they start in 8 minutes? Why shouldn't they have blockchain-enabled applications with 3 lines of code? So the way we solve that problem, and the only way to really solve the problem from our experience, is to build an operating system. People are building protocols, people are building different technologies, people are building technologies, stacks, whatever it is that is in the blockchain ecosystem. But the true solution is an operating system, the way your OS in your laptops connects you to the hardware, allows you to make use of all the features of that hardware and the technology underneath without you worrying about that. If the operating system isn't there, you have to connect to memory, you have to connect to the GPU, you have to connect to disk. It's very difficult. So we thought the only way to solve this is to use and create an operating system.
All right, so notice the key thing he mentions here: to create an operating system. Okay, so when we're always comparing, for instance, the likes of Quant to the likes of Microsoft, stating basically that Quant is the Microsoft of crypto, that's a pretty accurate statement. Now, as we know, Microsoft, of course, you know, became huge, everything with the Microsoft Windows operating system, so on and so forth, right? And on top of that, heck, I mean, come on, the consoles that they made, with Xbox and so on, right? Xbox Live, you name it, there's a lot more to it than just the Microsoft operating system of Windows. So my thing is this: you're literally having this particular individual, which is Gilbert Verdian, mentioning the likes of what Quant offers, the software, the operating system, and so on, the premier one for blockchain. All right. And when you think about it, there is no other real solid competitor compared to what they have to offer, at least not yet. I believe at some point there might be. And the way I think a lot of us should look at it is kind of like, if there is another one that comes on board, then that particular one, I mean, you can look at like kind of like with what happened with Apple, right? So my whole thing is Quant definitely stands out as being just that, like a monopoly. And I think it's massive because, I mean, you saw where Microsoft went with, their value. I mean, even typing it in right now, I mean, come on, Microsoft net worth. I mean, let's see how much it actually is worth. So it says 2,135 billion. I mean, that's 2035 billion. That's an insane amount of money. If Quant is basically trying to solve a lot of these solutions for blockchain and being like, just like he mentioned, the operating system, right? You're investing in what? You're investing in software. And this software is, oh God, I cannot put into words how massive Quant is going to be.
That slideshow he was showing on that during his speech, it said he was they were solving enterprise blockchain challenges, I believe is what it said on there. And it got me thinking, what are enterprise blockchain challenges, and who else, like you said, who else is there to solve those blockchain challenges? It sounds like you would need someone who's specialized in this kind of area, right? And that's what Quant is about, if I'm not mistaken, to being able to kind of speak blockchain between all blockchains, right? Again, the word interoperability comes in.
Yeah, absolutely. And then here's the thing. I mean, I'm gonna blow this up again for everybody to see it. This particular statement before we kick it into the video. It says, this gentleman on the right, it says, and we also had economies of scope in the sense that if I have already a big network, say I'm providing messaging services, I can just write 2 or 3 lines of code and convert that messenger into a payment system. Think about this. Convert that messenger into a payment system. What stands out immediately? Not to put you on the spot.
I was thinking about the fact that there's Quant being only 6 or 7 lines of code to be the whole entire thing. That's what immediately comes.
No, it's okay. Well, I sorry to put you on the spot. So for me, yeah, sorry. So for me, it's basically just that it's ISO 222. You think about it, right? So the messaging service between ISO 222. So it literally says just that right there. I already have a big network, right? Quant. I'm providing messaging services. Okay. That spells ISO 222. I could just write 2 or 3 lines of code, Quant, and convert that messenger into a payment system, Quant with ISO 222.
2 and 3 lines, not 6 or 7 lines, right? 2 and 3 only?
2 or 3 lines. So I mean, and
I'm not a good coder, and that sounds like nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds like nothing.
Right. And then this guy's name is Miguel Diaz, Bank for International Settlements. So it's like, wow. I mean, when people make these crazy price predictions of Quant, and you have people from these international, Bank of International Settlements and so on. I mean, man, I mean, it's so hard to scale the actual true value of quant. Yeah, maybe people feel as though I'm unrealistic when it comes to even my price prediction for quant and some other people. I mean, for me, $1 million of quant, to me, that's stretching it, right? But I could totally see it being over 100,000 because that makes sense. If you saw Bitcoin at 66,000 for all-time highs, and you see with no utility, right? I get it. Yeah, some people are like, Max, you are anti-Bitcoin. I am not anti-Bitcoin. But I will point out the obvious, and the obvious to me is that if Bitcoin was able to reach $66,000 market cap, okay, 66,000 euros, I gotta restate that, $66,000 a coin, and their market cap was, God, what was it, up to like 1.5 trillion at some point, maybe even higher, maybe close to 2 trillion. I can't remember, but it was able to reach $66,000 a coin in the last bull market. That was the all-time highs for it, and that was with no utility. Then you have the likes of Quant that has less of a circulating supply, less of a total supply, less of a max supply, right? And it has that utility. And you do the comparisons that we've basically mentioned here at CTN in our recorded videos, even on the live, where it shows that here is what Quant did in like 4 years. Here's what Bitcoin did in 4 years. And you see the comparisons of how how Quant is outperforming Bitcoin in the same amount of time. It's like, why wouldn't you want to draw the conclusion that this thing could go to, like, for instance, like I mentioned, 103,000 a Quant? Am I really still being that type of person who, and I get it. This is not me mocking anybody. I just want to state that because I don't want people to twist my words and say, well, because I get where you guys are coming from with the XRP statement. This is me from my statement for Quant. And so that's the way I personally look at it. More attractive circulating supplies, a lot further less. I think, was it Bitcoin, Edward, if I'm not mistaken, is that 19 million circulating supply, Quant's at 12 point something. Yeah. All these factors and how it's connected to everything. And man, I could go on about Quant all day, as you guys know. Of course, we do have more info about Quant. I just want to get further down into some of these comments. The XRP video was nuts. We will get into that particular one. Oh, you're talking about where the head blows off. Yeah, totally. Quant, XDC, XRP. Yep. Good old salamander. April Cornwell, you guys are laughing. That's good. That's good. All right, hold on. Let's go a little bit further down. We do have some Luna Classic info for you guys as well. We try to get further down. We're going to have to, if it's just like a regular comment and so on, like that Quant video today. Thank you for that. Tim Shea, it's like buying Bitcoin. It's cool to buy in increments. Yes, it is. Have to start somewhere. That's the whole point. Don't be intimidated by it. I remember when I was first into crypto, I used to have that attitude like, well, I would like to get Bitcoin, but I'm not, able to do that. And then I, of course, bought Bitcoin on Coinbase. This is years ago, back in 2016. And I saw that I could just buy like a fragment. And I was like, oh, okay, this makes more sense now.
Hey, if buying Quant in increments is the coolest, you can call me Miles Davis.
There you go. Michael Montclair, guarantee the big boys in tech like Apple and Microsoft are racing to do this also. Well, if that's the case, I say bring it on, because if anything, they can bring something else to the table. Will that diminish the price of Quant? I don't know. But if anything, I still feel as though that Quant is really going to stand out because they already made those partnerships. And so a lot of that is just speculative at that point. But you do bring up a very good point that maybe they'll recognize that, because, let's face it, Jeff Bezos of Amazon has already stated, some certain things about, for instance, having certain cryptos, I believe, as payment solutions on Amazon, or even possibly creating something right there on their platform. So he already recognizes the potential of everything, with crypto and blockchain and whatnot. It would make sense that some of these other big billionaires or billion-dollar companies would do the same thing. Let's see. Merkle Tree, what is this? I have no idea. Salamander, quant will be the future. Definitely will be. Michael Montclair, ISO, International Standards of Operation, just for your information. Okay. All the way, Inu, Drip, Maxi, Drip, baby, the king, baby. All right, welcome back. Might be zero. Quant will pass Bitcoin. I definitely think it will. I know you have zero quant. Is it because it's ERC 20? I don't know. Probably. How about this? Grizzly Bear just bought quant and weekly dollar cost averaging it. Awesome. That's a good way to go about it. Some people have the attitude they just got to, spend all of it like, no, you need to just do that. DCA into it. Sell some BSV for quant, Cool Cat. I doubt he's going to do that. Tim Shea, yes, Cool Cat, but you have a GBEX and X. All right, hold on. Salamander, the quant network also allows people to create smart contracts and blockchains that don't even support them like Bitcoin. Yep. Cool Cat. Hold on. You got that GBEX. Yeah, he does. And any love for Shiba, Shibarium, L2, Shiba Eternity. What's that?
I was about to say you're almost at the bottom.
Yeah. No, I got mad love for Shiba Inu. I guess you don't know this. I will share this with you. So for me, last year in 2021, I put in 300 to Dogecoin. Did that early, and that became 30. Or I should say not 30 grand. That became 22K for me. And then on top of that was Shiba Inu. Got in at 50799. And I rode that up, and I bought over 1 billion of the tokens. And so basically, long story short, I turned 8K into 88K. And then from there, my third biggest one that I killed it on was CRO. And that was a $1,700 investment, and that turned into a little over 10K for me. And so I'm a big fan of Shiba Inu and so on. So yeah, I do have mad love for those because if it wasn't for, especially for Shiba Inu, I don't even think I would even be here with you guys. So
I think Cool Cat is one of the only people who don't like Shiba Inu in the chats right now.
He doesn't trust quant. Something isn't right with it. Okay, fair enough. I mean, again, like we always mention, we can all agree to disagree, and there's nothing wrong with that. Brian Dowie, something to do with East Cool Cat, yeah, and other things. Okay. Let's kick it into the next segment of this all, which is, for instance, what we have right here. And this chair drives me nuts sometimes. Anyway, I have this other nice gaming chair, but this chair is just, I don't know, like there's like a bar on it or something. Anyway, long story short, let's get back into it. Wow, you are the Rocket Man. Well, thanks. Maybe only on Shiba Inu. Oh, I see what you're saying because it blasted off. Yeah, I obsessed over is as Legrand Commission, mentioned. I saw that it was going way up, and I thought it was still going to continue to go way up, and I timed it right on those particular ones. All right, so let's get into the next part of this that I want to share with you guys. Let me see. I think I got it right here. Just a second. Yep. So it's a little bit more in regards to quant, and then we're gonna kick things into like XRP and so on. Give me just a second. Here we go. So this one states, it says they are joining LAC chain. So for instance, this guy says just in, this is about 12 hours ago from Bitcoin Magazine. So it says, let me zoom in more, my bad. Just in, WEF publishes analysis discouraging Latin American countries from adopting Bitcoin. They are scared. Then the reply to it, of course, is from this particular individual named San. It says they are joining LAC chain, the world's largest network for tokenizing money, spawning a continent. No need for Bitcoin, BTC, and no need to be scared. Powered by Quant. Now, of course, this is something that was referred back to in May, and we did some coverage in what happened with Latin America and so on. But it says, together with the IDB, they will facilitate the world's biggest interbank network for tokenized money, creating the Latin American dollar across 12 countries. Think about that. The Latin American dollar across 12 countries, wholesale to retail, multi-DLT, CBDC, so on and so forth, right? Now, we're going to take a moment to hear this because it's in relation to this particular topic and, of course, for quant. Here we go.
One of the biggest things that we're doing is we're actually creating the Latin American dollar, and that's quite exciting. So this is with the Inter-American Development Bank over in Washington. They've created a LAC chain consortium, which is the Latin America chain, and they asked us to participate and bring our technology to Latin America. And what that does is it allows us to interconnect the region. So all the countries that we're working with, initially 12 countries, will be using the Overledger technology to create an interbank network between all the different countries in the regions, and then create remittance and payment corridors between the US and Latin America. And so what this means is businesses and citizens and people on the ground will be using the Latin American dollar to trade and create commerce, which is a lot more efficient. It's a lot more simple and quicker than what they have today. And we're proud of what we can do and really, enable change and make people's lives better over in Latin America.
Go ahead.
Step one, right? For Gilbert, just step one. Just pick a place, and keep moving until you get to the next one. We'll have like a European, I'm guessing, based one next.
Well, that's the whole thing, whether a person's for CBDCs or not. I think for the most part, most of us don't like the concept of CBDCs. But if anything, why not at least, and again, not financial advice, but recognize the opportunities of the technology that drives the CBDCs. So, for instance, I don't want people to think, well, quant created the Latin American dollar, right? Not exactly quite like that. It's basically recognizing the technology that drives it. So, for instance, we talk about, for instance, Ripple's XRP and whatnot, and for instance, what there's going to be CBDCs, for instance, for the UK, all around Europe. Let's face it, I guess Southeast Asia, those areas, and so on. But it's the technology again that drives it, and so on. So you already literally see this happening, or been happening, right, with Latin America since roughly last May and whatnot, through the likes of Quant driving that. And if anything, you're going to see the likes of XRP, some of these other ones driving the technologies for CBDCs here in the future. And if anything, why not try to get wealthy from that? You may not like the idea, but I think CBDCs are here whether we like it or not. So, some people, have that attitude like, well, I don't want to get involved in that. And I can respect that if you feel as though that's the case. But when you compare what could be the potential market caps of some of these compared to some of the other ones, it is literally a night and day difference. All right, a little bit further down, all the ISOs are interoperable by design, right? Why would they need something to connect them? I'll put it this way. I can't believe you're asking that question, because if anything, it's interoperable by design. My thing is this, okay? And I'm not dissing this question. My thing is this, the compatibility. If anything, the interoperability, here's the thing. A lot of people don't quite understand interoperability. So, for instance, if I have, I think a good example would be for gaming. I don't like the idea many times in the past, not so much right now, but many, many times in the past, and this is still a gripe I have, like I'll take an old game. All right, here's a perfect example. All right, so we talk about the legacy systems with Quant. Okay, so if I was to take, for instance, Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare, or heck, I'm looking at right now, Call of Duty 2, and install that. Well, I should say Call of Duty 2, but how this Call of Duty World at War, right? I have to go create an account, email, all that stuff to upload that information. And I don't like the idea that is not interoperable with, for instance, let's say somebody that was going to play that particular old legacy game on a different system, and they don't talk to each other. With the likes of Quant, it connects everything, the legacy systems and everything, and without having to make a brand new account, you name it. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. So, like you said, it says all the ISOs are operable by design, right? Why would they need something to connect them? Basically, quant. Because if anything, it's making things more simplistic. Yeah, some of them are already interoperable, but how about have something like the likes of quant, where it makes it interoperable with not just one blockchain, but multiple blockchains? Or how about this? All of the blockchains. That sounds very appealing to me. Because let's face it, there are going to be some projects that are going to do just that. They're going to stick with the norm. They're going to stick with what they're used to. If you're a dev, for instance, on, I'm going to throw this one out there, like Cosmos, right? You're traditionally speaking, you're going to stick to that ecosystem. If you have something like the likes of Quant, where you don't have to hop off of that, learn to code on this particular other blockchain, where it already talks to you, why wouldn't you want to hop on board for something like that? So that's just one of the many reasons why I look at that. That's a very good question, and I can understand where you're coming from in regards to all that. XLM, XCC, IOTA, Algo can connect to the XRPL without Quant, right? To the XRPL. But what about everything else I just mentioned as well? But again, I get the point. Coolcat Crypto might just be a very expensive trick to keep you from buying more XRP. Okay. I get where you're coming from. My point is they don't need quant. Okay, fair enough. XRPL has been running for years already without quant. Well, how about this statement? Some people look at metaverse as a giant waste of time. Seriously. A lot of people look at, for instance, they say to themselves, I don't understand the whole concept of metaverse. Technically, that technology has already existed from the mid 2000s, and you'd be absolutely right. How do we know that? The game's Second Life. And some people had it too. What's the big deal? My thing is this, recognizing that the big deal is how it's tied into crypto. Second Life originally wasn't, but the concept, right, that's existed for the longest time. So tomato, apples, oranges, we could be here all night with this.
I thought it was a great question. I'm obviously not intelligent enough, but I'm definitely going to be thinking about that and kind of diving into that aspect some more, just to be able to be more knowledgeable, which is good stuff. Good stuff.
Right on. Okay, so how about this? Let's kick it into, we're almost done with this particular ones with quant and so on. Actually, give me just a second. I got to fix this darn share, and I'll be right back.
So that just leaves me here for just a moment, which is awesome, because I wanted to just plant a seed in y'all's chat here. I would like to know what y'all think is the better investment right now. Is it going to be Luna Classic, or is it going to be Dogecoin? And so we're going to go over this probably a little bit later if we have time, I think. But if not, it'll be in the chats, and we can definitely kind of just chime in on some of these thoughts. I'd love to hear what y'all think. Doge or Luna Classic? Which one's going to be the better investment? Go. Back to you, Max.
All right. Well, thank you for that. Mike Cornwell says Max Quant tagged you on Twitter. They did? Quant tagged me on Twitter. On the market, Crypto Talk Now. Hold on.
That's going to be the shout out of the
season. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. I guess you guys want to keep this going. So that's fine. Let me see. Let me share the window. I mean, we have brought this particular one up before. And all right. So it's just that. I mean, we have brought this one up before, but I mean, it does kind of pound it home. I mean, like, the top one, connect any network to any network at scale without overhead or limits. That's one of the many reasons. Enterprise and institutional grade multi-chain oracles. And if anything, think about this, the partnership with Oracle and how, they have this whole thing with Quant. Oracle in itself is like, do you know of a bigger name when it comes to networking? I don't know one. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty massive. But what are you gonna say?
I was going to say Oracle is a huge company. I know that much.
Yeah, it's absolutely massive. But we talk about, of course, the payment APIs. If you're making everything fully compatible with, like, for instance, other blockchains and whatnot, I mean, this is just too big of a list, man. I mean, it's just, even on the left side, I mean, you see some of these brands, whether you like them or not, right? Facebook, there's Indeed, or maybe that's LinkedIn, actually. Yeah, I keep saying Indeed. I don't know why. Yeah, and you see just quite a few. I mean, payment APIs: Google Pay, Apple Pay, Amazon Pay, Samsung,
To
freaking
Twitter.
Walmart.
Twitter's
Yeah, how about this? PayPal. I use PayPal. I've been using PayPal for the longest time. I remember when PayPal first came out, they had that referral. I think it was for $10, and then they reduced it to $5. And then as of recently, they brought it back where if you refer somebody, you get like $5 and so on. But yeah, I use PayPal. I still use PayPal because I like PayPal. I know some people don't. How about this? Some of the blockchains, you Avalanche, some of the legacy ones like Bitcoin, Cardano. You got heck, Ethereum, whether you're a fan of it or not. Enterprise blockchains. I mean, it's massive. I mean, the banking APIs, right? The Deutsche Bank, JP Morgan, Citibank, Barclays. I mean, this is just too big. I mean, I'm gonna look at Quant as being just that. The one that I get where you're coming from, Cool Cat, where you say that they don't need it. But my thing is still, I'm gonna keep pounding this home, and that is the compatibility. I like the idea, again, like the example from earlier. If I'm on, for instance, Cosmos, and I'm part of that ecosystem and so on, and I'm doing all these lines of code, and I'm focused on this particular one, but I want the likes of like a Quant to make things compatible without actually having to go over there. Why would I want to get involved in that? Or why wouldn't I want to be partnered with that? I'm just throwing out examples. But anyway.
That whole chart has so many different big names on there, and it seems like just like the biggest name, not only is it just the biggest font, but the biggest name on there is going to be Quant. Like even though you see the likes of Walmart, you see the likes of Citibank, JP Morgan, right? All that's just a piece. Those are just little pieces and fragments of this whole system, which is over the whole world. So it's I don't know. It's mind-boggling to just kind of think about it as a whole.
Yeah, it is. And then right below Quant, like it says, the multi-chain applications, how the Over Ledger OS, which is their operating system, connects and allows for all that. The Over Ledger network, payment APIs, blockchains, enterprise blockchains, banking APIs, so on and so forth. But again, it's not me trying to convince anybody to buy Quant or anything like that, but it's something that we do definitely present to you guys quite a bit here at CTN. All right. Let's see here. Cool Cat Crypto says Doge, Salamander, Luna Classic, Coochie Boy, Luna Classic at 10 billion market cap will be insane. It will be insane. I think we're going to get close to that. I actually going to present that in a little bit. We're at about the hour and a half mark or so, and we still have quite a bit of the show to go. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna show you guys just a little bit more in regards to this. So here's the next part, and I'm gonna share on a tab because this is another one. And hold on a second. So it's this right here, and hopefully you can see this, Edward, right?
Aye, sir. Yes, sir.
So again, this is from Midas Digital. I've been following him for a while because he just has really good coverage, especially when it comes to ISO 222 and Quant and so on. Some of you guys may be tired of some of the Quant coverage, maybe not. I don't know, but I just felt as though that we're gonna still continue to share some of this because it's part of the lineup for tonight. So it says Swift postpones ISO 222, of course, for next year, which is in March 2023. So go back to a call, I should say, of Gilbert Verdian, who is the CEO of Quant. He made a few months ago regarding the Latin American dollar, and Verdian states Latin American CBDC will go live 2023. Quant, potential black swan event. I feel as though it basically is. He, as in Midas Digital, feels as it could be just that in his humble opinion. I wanted to show you guys, of course, this as well to even just solidify that much more about this whole thing that happened with the Latin American digital dollar, I should say, with CBDC and how Quant's tied into that and so on. This is only about a minute, but we'll be right back.
From our recent experience on the practical sense, we're actually implementing the retail CBDC in Latin America for 12 countries. And this is really creating the Latin American dollar. It's a way to upgrade the financial infrastructure for these countries to 2022. Because most of them are using very old or antiquated methods of settlement and payment rails. having digital assets really enables the growth of that economy and the cross-border flow of money and trade across those 12 countries initially, and then we're connecting that up to the US. So we've seen the practical benefit of a retail CBDC to the end user, to the end business, having access to real-time settlement, real-time money, and cross-border flows, which they never had a year or two ago. And the work that we're doing is actually going live in 2023 across Latin America.
All right, so of course I wanted to share that with you guys just to kind of pound it home a little bit more in regards to the whole thing with Latin American digital dollar. And then on top of that, there's this. This is just in regards to you know some of blockchain logistics, right? So we understand quite a bit about what blockchain has to offer and so on. But how about this? What about from a logistical point of view, right? So let's face it, since 2020, with everything that's happened with, I'm not gonna say the word because apparently we get shut down or something. I don't know, but the crazy things that have been happening in the world that has slowed down, right? Supply chain and whatnot. So it's just that blockchain logistics and how it's tied into supply chain. So this doesn't take that long to mention, but I want to explain it to you guys. So like it mentions here, a major complaint in the shipping industry is the lack of communication and transparency due to the large number of logistics companies crowding the space. According to a joint study by Accenture and logistics giant DHL, there are more than 500,000 shipping companies in the U.S., causing data siloing and transparency issues. The report goes back, or I should say that. Oh, okay, go ahead.
We're still looking at Midas Digital American Dollar.
Oh, shucks, because I didn't share it the right way. My bad.
Yep. Sorry.
Well,
I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Here.
Well, I appreciate you being here. See, that type
Yes,
of thing helps. So let's present that the right way. But you guys did hear what I said. So I'm just gonna go back to this particular part. So it basically says that the report goes on to say that blockchain can solve many of the problems plaguing logistics and supply chain management. And that's a great thing. You want to see, blockchain solving so many different things. Are you about to chime in again? Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's brilliant. I'm sorry, I have an outburst of Eureka, that's brilliant.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's nice because crypto is supposed to be designed, or blockchain, I should say, right? It's supposed to be designed to solve a lot of world issues, right? And this is another perfect example when you think about supply chain. So it says the study argues that blockchain enables data transparency by revealing a single source of truth. By acknowledging data sources, blockchain can build greater trust within the industry. The technology can also make the logistics process leaner and more automated, potentially saving the industry billions of dollars a year. Think of all the different examples about blockchain and the technology and so on that is saving just that billions of dollars a year. I mean, here's this particular example that we presented to you guys in regards to blockchain logistics, right? And then another great example is like we mentioned before with the whole thing of, central banks with the whole thing of, upgrading to this ISO 222 standard, right? Where it was mentioned that, these central banks and so on, normally, getting hit with what? I mean, a $60 billion fee for transferring, was it like a $10 trillion between one country and another, right? It's something that they just don't want to line themselves up to do quite often because it's too much of a fee. And here yet is another example of what? Potentially saving the industry billions of dollars. But from this point of view, from a blockchain logistical point of view through supply chain, I just think it's awesome. So it goes on to also mention before we kick into the next thing, blockchain is not only safe, but a cost-effective solution for the logistics industry. And of course, it says here are some companies on the cutting edge of logistics blockchain technology. As you can see here, I mean, come on, DHL. I mean, I've used them a few times. I'm sure some of you guys have. That was.
I mean, the packages won't go to the wrong places anymore, and they won't get lost, and all these other different things that for the end user. I mean, does that mean that things might change for us?
Yeah, I mean, if anything, it's like why is it just I'm only seeing, like, for instance, I mean, some of these other companies, maybe you guys already know about it. Like if I'm not from the East Coast, so I'm not familiar with Mayors, but I'm definitely familiar with DHL. So my thing is this: like, how come I'm not seeing like UPS or FedEx on this list? Maybe they're anti, crypto or blockchain and so on. You never know the case, but that's awesome. I mean, shout out to, of course, DHL for recognizing the opportunity, right? All right, so a little bit more. I think this is the last part in regards to Quant. It's just a brief video. It's about 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And again, it's in regards to like ISO 222 and so on. Share this in a way, of course, that you can hear it. And then, of course, we'll kick it into the next topics because we definitely want to share that with you guys and be fair on our summer coverage for some of these other ones. Hold on a second. Here we go. So this is straight from Dino Rossi, who shared this. So I at least wanted to give him a shout out. And it's just that, the interoperability of Quant, right? So 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Again, this is at CBOS, which was, that particular event that happened not that long ago. 2 minutes, 20 seconds, and we'll be right back.
CBDC DLT networks can be interlinked, and not just with each other all over the world, but also with existing payment systems.
Overledger is an operating system. It's an overlay. It sits on top of blockchain and existing networks.
And all of that, we're achieving it through Swift's new transaction manager that is acting as a bridge.
Our technology is the bridge to be able to securely interconnect and interoperate between different networks.
That is acting as a bridge.
So we can actually be the bridge between different jurisdictions.
CBDCs could also aid in upgrading and connecting payment systems, both domestically and across borders.
For us, it's a privilege to be able to work with this technology and lay that infrastructure where this technology will live on. It's quite transformational to lay the tracks for the future of money and the future of transactions. So what we've been doing is making sure that these currencies that the governments will issue and these central banks will supervise are interoperable. That's core to our technology.
Central banks' digital currencies to be interoperable.
It's Quant's role in relation to CBDCs, either wholesale or retail.
I suppose you meant Gilbert. Thanks to me, yeah. We're an infrastructure provider that creates interoperable digital assets, and it just depends on the different types of customers on what they need. One of the technologies we've got is actually being able to create an asset that is at its birth interoperable. So you don't need to have we call them hacks to mint and burn and all these sort of things. The asset can run on multiple blockchains at the same time.
Can be interoperability the same way you would transfer euros from one country to another, with all the benefits of having interoperable systems.
It's interoperable. We can connect any to any in terms of existing networks, blockchain networks, different technologies.
They work across borders in a frictionless way.
So there you have it. That should answer a lot of questions to those who may be wondering about some of how this works with Quant. So before we get into the next thing, we are going to, of course, read a few more comments. Give me just a second. And let's see. We have, who do we have? Where are we at? All right. Crypto Talk Now. It's Larry. Wow. All right, Larry. Good to see you. He says, "Great job, Max and Edward. I'm so very proud of you both." Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
Good to see you. I'm very proud of you too. That you were the reason why you didn't come to the show tonight is because you wanted to focus on making a KuCoin account to buy some XRP.
Congratulations. Good job.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
All right. Just kidding. All right. Brian Dowie. Larry, you buy XRP. See? There you go. You know what I mean? Anyway. People saying hello to Larry. That's good. Larry doing the downward dog. All right. Next question.
Yoga.
Oh, yeah. Yoga. Right.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
what downward dog position is.
Yeah. All right. Grizzly Bear Greg, I like this format on how you go over different topics. Well, thanks. I wish our hope is to, get more, just like with crypto, right? The mass adoption. We hope that more people will come to CTN for, we get the mass adoption of course, people just tuning in and so on. But thank you. We are glad that you appreciate how we go over different topics.
And shout out the ones you like to hear too, right? So we can, maybe learn more about it together.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about. A learning experience back and forth. It's not just us. You guys have shared quite a few different projects with us and so on. I mean, heck, if it wasn't even for, for instance, Mike Cornwell, we wouldn't even know about the ISOs. So, I mean, I've known about stellar lumens, right? Way back in the day, but I was not aware of ISOs. So that's what I'm talking about. It's all about the community, right? So it's like, there's so much that you can learn. Like, it is a back and forth type of thing. Hold on, with the rock late. Oh my goodness. Cool Cat Crypto. Why Quant runs on Ethereum rather than the XRPL is beyond me as well. Tim Shea, it's a great workout and flexibility exercise. Okay. Boomer effing Sooner. Boomer effing Sooner. Howdy. Good to see you, Boomer. Boomer's got his cowboy hat. Everybody's saying what's up to Boomer. This is good. Yeah. Absolutely. Lots of dabs from Boomer effing Sooner, everybody. Sup, Sir Larry, Mighty Max, Excellent Edward, Vincent. Can't say it like Larry. That's all right. Selma Flood, my top 4 rappers. Number 1, Nipsey Hussle. Number 2, Kendrick Lamar. 2 LA rappers. 3, Big Sean. 4, Big Daddy. Big Daddy. Oh, yeah. Big Daddy came back in the day. Right on, man. Cool. For me, my all-time favorite rapper is Nas. Still is. Has always been. Even back when Tupac and Biggie were still alive. Of course, I'm big fans of them. Wu-Tang Clan.
I like Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne, I know I'm from a different era.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne, I feel like at one point was probably the best rapper alive. Is he still today? I don't know. He turned into a skateboarder, punk rocker. So I don't know if he still exists as the best rapper alive. I think there's plenty of great other, modern day, hip hop artists that can rap better. So,
I was never a fan of him. I just never was.
Really?
Yeah. There's a couple songs. There's a couple songs he's on where I thought it was decent, but he's just not my preference. So
yeah, I was obviously younger back then, and my tastes have more matured these days, and so there's people like Future and things like that. They're all good stuff.
Yeah. Cool Cat Crypto. Larry XRP dipped just under 50 cents. You better hurry. Another group that's like one of my all-time favorite groups besides Wu-Tang Clan. Was Gangstar, DJ Premier and Guru. I could listen to Gangstar like all the way through. Kind of like I could listen to, Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction, just like play it all the way through. I mean, different genre, of course, but anyway. Let's see here. Yep, Biggie Smalls is the illest. Your style of Lil Wayne is played out like that. What you talking about, Willis? Right? Anyway. Pac, Snoop, Nas. Yep, thank you for that. For me, someone. Wow, where is Larry? Fix them wheels. Well, Larry is dealing with, he's got his family over for the weekend. So he spent some time with them and so on. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody needs a day off once in a while. We've been trying to hit it really hard, trying to get things back to where they need to be for the network and so on.
Fix Them Wheels has a nice and little tasteful comment coming up, which I think has already been whoop-ah out of here. So it's all good. It's coming up after Charles is saying, "What's up?"
Okay.
Just giving you a heads up.
All right, I won't highlight it then. All right, Cool Cat Crypto. My top 4 rappers: Tupac, Eminem, Snoop, and Outkast. Hey, man, right on. Well, Outkast obviously dynamic duo, but yeah, those are some good choices. One of my favorite Tupac songs is Pain. If you don't listen to Pain, I highly recommend listening to Pain. Very deep. Under $4 a pound. Okay. Those are definitely heavyweights. All right. Charles Vincent says, sup. Good to see you, Charles. Nice actually meeting you for the first time. I mean, virtually speaking, right?
Brother.
To me, you seem like you have a great personality and so on. So that next comment after your brother has been deleted, you said?
It's already gone.
Okay.
Sorry, gotta do that. It's the umpire in me.
Yeah. Try to see about getting a plug-in for some of these guys. Anyway. Larry is out buying XRP at a 7-Eleven. Boomer F is sooner. Michael C, you are my hero.
Michael C, you're my hero.
Yeah. So Ferris Bueller. Selmo Fudd. All right, hey, we got 26. Let's see if we get to 30. It'd be great, you know. Larry better leave Rock Lady and Crypto Crackhead alone. Oh my goodness. All right. Mike Cornwell, sup Boomer. Let's see here. Cool Cat Crypto. The exchange are limiting XRP buys, I'm hearing. Huh. Exchanges, yeah. It's kind of limited right now. Again, but you know, kind of good problems. I mean, it creates that much more demand for XRP. LL Cool J is a great one too. I love Mama Say Knock You Out. You know what? I'm like, I can't really play it. Do yourself a favor. All right. So I heard a really good mashup. This is probably a top mashup. Check it out for yourself, maybe after the show or so on. Look up. It's LL Cool J featuring Criss Cross and what's his name? Everclear or whatever his name is. Is it Everclear or Everlast? Anyway, the guy from House of Pain. It's a mashup, and it's called I don't know. It's like Jump Around / Mama Say Knock You Out mashup. Those three. I don't know, man. It's the perfect. It's like the best remix. It's way up there. Highly recommend it. It's really, really good. You gotta check it out. Anyway, Coolio, Wu-Tang Clan. All right. Let's see here. You can still get XRP on Pancake Swap though. That's a good point. Gangster Paradise is legit. Vanilla Ice Baby. Bum, 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 bum. All right. Amish Paradise was rad. Just watched that Weird Al movie. Cool. How was it?
That still.
With Daniel Radcliffe. Larry is contacting the SEC if you could buy XRP equals lol. I've always loved Snoop's flow, so damn smooth. Yeah. Here's the thing though, for me when it comes to Snoop. So I like it when he was featured with Dr. Dre, right? So for instance, you know, the first Chronic album, and you know, that was it, that one soundtrack. I forgot the name. It's not even coming to me right now. That particular one. And then of course Doggy Style, right? But all the albums after Doggy Style, I wasn't wild on it. I realized that Snoop tried to change his stance from like the gangster type, you know, style and whatnot. But I always thought Snoop did better when he was with Dr. Dre, with 213, and especially when he was with like DPG, right? You know, Dog Pound and so on. So like, but here's another thing. You know, I think Dr. Dre, and don't get me wrong, I love Dr. Dre, but I don't think Daz, as in Daz Dillinger, got enough credit for what he produced for his side of things. For instance, with Snoop and so on, with the Doggy Style album. You know that, you know, of course, Dr. Dre gets tons of credit, and rightfully so, but Daz is a very underrated producer. But yeah, Snoop's flow, especially on, you know, Ain't Nothing But a G Thing, man. I mean, I never get tired of hearing that song. Legrand Commission, those that stay until the end deserved a chance to win a Patches NFT. All right, good point. Maybe come up with some ideas, Edward, on how we can do that giveaway. If you know, maybe trivia or something.
For sure, I can make it a spinning wheel, maybe.
Yeah, if you want to
here.
get. But keep in mind, if you mess it up, they will lynch you.
It can't be as bad as the other thing that happened here. What was it?
Which happened to you, right? That actually technically happened to you. Yeah.
First-hand experience. It's okay though. Everything's okay.
All right. Cool Cat Crypto. I heard a while back the exchanges are not getting more XRP. That would suck. Coochie Boy is right though that Pancake Swap has it. Cool Cat. Yeah, Everlast. That's right. Some of the Fat Boys were rappers. Yep. Not factual at all, but funny. Public Enemy. Yeah, of course. Public Enemy. Are you kidding me? Chuck D. Flavor Flav. All right, we're getting off on tangent. Doggy style was dope as yeah, it was, man. Freaking gin and juice. How about this? Let's get a show of hands here. Am I the only one who feels this way? The original Murder Was the Case, not the remix, right? That was played on MTV and everything else. The beat, which was produced by Daz Dillinger, right? The original Murder Was the Case off the Doggy Style album was so much more dope compared to the remix as far as the beat goes. I just thought it was just so much better. Very underrated song. A lot of the other ones, right? Lottie Dottie. What was some of the other ones? Pump Pump. Man, that Doggy Style album was really good. Really, really good. Yeah, Dre was amazing. He still is. He actually almost died, I guess, apparently. What was that thing he had? Was it like, I don't know, it was something with the heartbeat or something. I don't know. But he said that, yeah, I guess we could have almost lost him. I kind of forgot what it was. All right, so NFT. Okay, we're getting a little bit. Boomer F and Sooner T-Boz, Left Eye and Chill, yeah, of TLC. Man, they looked pretty darn good in that Creep video. All right, Salamander, my favorite rapper today is Max from CTN. Oh, boy. Then I'm not that good of a rapper. Or that one parody, but I'm not a rapper. Anyway. All right, XXI Gaming, y'all wasn't Goody Mob fans, and I was born 92, but their music's still fire to me. I don't mind the Goody Mob. I mean, Ice Cube and all them. Yeah. How about this? Dub C in the Mad Circle. Little known fact, I guess Coolio was originally part of the Mad Circle, but you wouldn't have known that because people more identify. He already left the group and so on. But anyway, the brain aneurysm. You're right about that. Yeah. Says your brother, Charles Vincent. Yeah, Dre, they caught it. So we could have lost Dr. Dre. That would have sucked. Yeah, KRS-One. My goodness, the lyricism, KRS-One. Thank you for pointing that out. You know what? Maybe we should have like Larry says, it's a different thing where, it's like we talk about something other than crypto. We should, hip hop talk featuring Selmo Flood or something like that, or some of you guys, other guys and so on. You guys are obviously big 90s hip hop.
People do those little hybrid channels too, where it's kind of like entertainment / politics, or entertainment and tech, or just you name it. There's all kinds of different ways you can mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, totally. So before we get into the whole NFT giveaway, because I want to give Edward a chance for that, we're going to kick things into the next particular topic, which is here shortly. Hold on a second. Let's see here. All right, so this is a shout out to Crypto Talk Now, Sideline Network reporter Brian Dowie, aka Cheese, who brought this to me early this morning, and he told me, of course, to fast forward this particular area. So it says XRP, Ripple, quantum banking system is insane. These coins are it. XLM, XDC, IOTA, Algo, you name it, right? This is pretty powerful. I'm not going to play the whole thing because, it's going to go up to the 30-minute mark. But I will chop it off probably after maybe 3 minutes or so. Have a listen to this. Pretty powerful stuff. And again, let me give credit due. This is from the Wall Street Bull. Subscribe to him if you want. He's got great content. I'm going to go ahead and do it myself. Boom. I'm going to hit a like. And here we go.
What is right? So there's a whole heap of charts we've seen, and it's from a bank manager. I'm not joking. I'm in the property development business, so I deal a lot with finances, quite a lot in my industry. But the financial system right here, and I just want to show you this. I can't zoom in anymore on this, can I? No, yes, I can. So basically, this is the QFS system right here. Now, my phone's having a moment here, but it's crazy. So constitutional law, Department forgiveness, Tesla patents, MedBeds, Project Odin, rainbow currencies, bonds, commodities, and gold, back digital assets, XRP, XLM, XDC, IOTA, and Algorand. All right, XRP backed by gold, XLM is silver, XDC copper, IOTA is iridium, and Algorand is palladium. QFS, Quantum Financial System, is all tied in with ISO 222 Protocol 19 and 20, Basel III. Then you've got the global currency reset, the gold standard. Fiat monetary system is going to be non-existent. It's all connected. We have the Bretton Woods 3, and it's all broken down in this report. BTC and Ethereum, unregulated crypto, no. We have the Stellar Network, which is interesting as well. We have the Alliance US Military White Hats. Qphone Starlink as well, which is tied in with Elon Musk's. I can't remember. I'm going to get to it in a second. Sorry, there's a lot to digest here. But Stellar Blockchain, we have Revelation of World's Currencies, Dynadong and Zim. We have White Dragon Family all tied into this. Digital Ceased, Corp Asset, Digital Commodities. Anyway, so check this out. A dead old system. We are never going back to the old monetary system. No more printing of money from thin air. All existing fiat money will be replaced. The central banking system will be no longer owned by the Federal Reserve. The entire old cabal department slavery financial system is dead. No more paper fiat notes. No more SWIFT and no more monetary slavery. GCR, the global currency reset. Gold and precious metal standards and NASARA and GSARA. Two different factors for the GCR event. Factor 2, the RV, the revaluation of world currencies. Factor 2, the quantum financial system. In order for the rainbow currencies, bonds, or ISO 222 asset to start moving in value, physical precious metals must first undergo revaluation. Once their new valuation is set, the weight of the Basel III and Bretton Woods 3 compliance will bring the legitimacy to everything else, triggering the ISO 222 regulation. We have the gold standard right here, physical and digital assets, independent from existing centralized systems. All other systems would be obsolete. Protection from corruption, usury and manipulation, CBDC, central banks, sovereign digital currencies for each country. Digital assets backed by precious metals, gold, silver, copper, palladium, platinum right here. Rainbow currency right here, track treasury rainbow notes. In instant digital payments through QFS, dollar, pound, euro, death right here, DS, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Tether, death, DS, rise of the Phoenix, XRP, XLM, XDC, military blockchains. Gosh, it's just full on. Then you've got Basel III, a worldwide standard that to enhance the international banking regulatory framework, greater improving risk management.
All right, so I mainly wanted to point out, of course, that area that you just heard right there, because you hear about what's backed by the mentions of course, the triple X's, so on and so forth. This is pretty interesting, powerful stuff. Again, shout out to Brian Dowie, aka Cheese, on Twitter with the Crypto Talk Now Network sideline reporting. Yes, Brian Dowie, killing it, man. Thank you very much for that and sharing that. And let's see here. We're going to go a little bit further down to the comments. What do you think about his commentary on some of that, Edward?
Honestly, I was not listening because I was looking at comments and I was trying to type in names on the wheel. But I have a huge list of people, and I wasn't listening at all. Yeah, so
maybe that was your moment. That's right. Maybe it was that moment, like where I say, all right, and that's the XRP news. Back to you, Larry. And he's not there. That was your moment.
Yeah, so. I was doing something, I was trying to make it good stuff for everybody who's still here, potentially give me an opportunity to win a Patches NFT. Yeah, inappropriateness is all funny in games, It's a petrified wood is the joke. So what's happening is that this channel has a gratitude rock little theme. I don't know exactly what you'd call it, a niche or a niche.
Well, apparently the gratitude rock is turning into a gratitude.
Well, gratitude wood, meaning because it's petrified wood, and everybody seems to make jokes. And I get it. This is YouTube. What do you expect? I mean, what is this like
Yeah.
Carlton
How
or
about
something?
this? Yeah, true. Guys, we're going to take a brief moment is to do something that as Larry would refer to as plugging in this particular thing. So we're going to give you our plug, which is cryptotalknow.net. We're going to take a brief moment to share that with you, especially for the newcomers. So let me see here. All right. So here it is, straight from cryptotalknow.net. So it's just that. I mean, it says check out our new app. Try it for yourself. Download now, of course. And we're trying to get this set up to be like your one-stop shop for crypto. Really, it's not something that's just whipped together. There's been a lot of time that's been put together for this. Shout out, of course, to Legrand Commission for putting this together for us. But it's not just like, oh, hey, check out our website and so on. It's actually a really cool thing that's been put together. I mean, like you see right here, I mean, there's a section for the creators. What I mean by that is go, of course, and click on it. It says all your favorite content creators in one place. And, we'd be adding, we might be adding some more as time goes on and so on. Maria Anderson, of course, is part of the CTN, network community and so on. Shaka from Chaka Crypto. Some of you guys go,
Look at that family picture at the top.
Chaka Khan. Yeah. And then,
there's just so much space. Yeah, there's so much space there. There's like tons of opportunity for so many more people.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, Wendy Yo, Maria, some of you, hey, there's 2-Bit, Crypto King, there's Larry, there's was it George Santos? I don't want to say it right. And some other ones, like if you're a big fan of Luna Classic, Happy Caddy. I mean, some pretty big names here. What's his name? Matt such and such. I forgot what his last name is. For Final Stand, he always does that face of, yeah. So, Cryptos Are Us, aka George. Hi, I'm George. We're all George. Of course, Classy Crypto, Crypto Smith. Bastard Perry, some of these other guys. So, we just added Daniel Gayton, Waddy, of course, Crypto Casey. So it's pretty cool to see this. On top of that, we have the section, of course, where you can earn crypto. And, we got this whole thing also where, for instance, go ahead. You want to chime in?
Yeah, no, sure. I was about to say, my favorite part is the groups. I like the groups because that's where everybody gets to kind of go and throw in all the information, right? That's like where you get to go and make it your own.
Yeah, let's go click on that. So if you want to know where the groups are, you just go to more and then you click on groups. This comes up.
It's behind the Crypto Talk Now emblem.
Yeah, so like if I put out a recorded video, I usually put it here. I need to fix this particular image, so I apologize for that. But yeah, I mean, huh?
I was gonna say, it looks like it's on a piece of construction paper. I don't know.
It wasn't supposed to be like that, so I apologize. But yeah, I mean, there's all these groups. You can instant message people. You get, for instance, notifications, kind of like, like your traditional social media and so on. Brian Dowie and Charles Vincent reacted to your post. Oh, really? I'll have to check that out. And you click on that, and I don't know. There's all sorts of cool stuff here. Of course, there's the NFT sections. Let me just actually take a moment to click on that. So there's patches, right? There's patches CTN collection. Mr. Tim Shea, who sprays from far away, has this particular one right here that I'm highlighting. Hopefully you see me hovering the mouse. Maybe you don't.
In blue abstract. Very nice.
Yeah. I also like the one to the right of that. That one looks pretty good too. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. Can't thank Le Grand Commission enough for this. There's live charts. Let me show you guys this. So it just takes a moment to load. My bad. So here's top 10 cryptos, like it mentions. That's got to be more than 10. Oh, well, okay, never mind. So yeah, there's top 10 right there. Obviously there's more. And then here's a Bitcoin chart, which is super cool. Here's, for the ISOs, excuse me, XRP, Stellar, XDC, right? Algorand, Quant, Hedera's HBAR, Cardano, IOTA. We even have a thing called crypto blocks. So instead of crypto bubbles, we have crypto blocks, which is really cool. It shows like everything's in green except for Leo.
Yeah, that poor little block.
Yeah, the poor little sad block. And then here's Larry's top 10, which is ironically XRP, even though he doesn't have any right now. That's okay.
Lovely coin.
There's XDC, there's Quant, Matic, which been doing really, really well today.
In his defense, I love Ferraris too. They're pretty cool.
I do love Ferraris.
Yeah, just
Especially
I don't have one, but I still love them.
Especially like a 1984, 85 Ferrari Testarossa, like they
That's
use
what I
in
was thinking.
Vice. Yeah,
Like a white one.
Yep, just like Sonny Crockett had, right? Don
With some
Johnson's
lightning.
character. Yep.
Just
I don't know about the lightning. I'm not into like that stuff.
Not on there. I was just like, you have to see it in the sky, the nighttime sky with the car parked, and maybe
Oh,
I don't know, just the view of the car is what I see. I don't know
There
why.
you go. But yeah, she's got SHIB on there, Luna Classic, ALBT, which is Alliance Block, Dogecoin, XLM, and Algorand. Here's my top 10. Of course, Shiba Inu, because that was my top performer for last year. I mean, I got to, of course I'm going to be a fan of SHIB, right? XRP, I have a decent amount of XRP. I'm trying to get to the 10 gold. My quant, I'm currently, I think, at close to 6. I'm DCing to that. I want a minimum of 10 quant. That's my goal. And my preference is 20. Some of you guys, of course, have bigger goals than that. Let me shout out to a few of you. Was it Summer Fudd? And who was the other guy earlier? He just got 100. Was it Laquorum?
Forgot the name. Is it? I've not said his name right.
I think it's
Laquorum.
I think it's Laquorum, or maybe I pronounced that.
I have the wheel.
But anyway, you got 100. I know Summer Fudd wants to get 100.
Linois?
That sounds right. Yeah. So yeah, shout out to him. But there's XDC. Here's Luna Classic on my list. Stellar's XLM, Zilica, right? ZIL. Of course, Crow. That was my third top performer last year. Last year I got in at 17 cents, and I rode that up to I think like 90 cents or something like that. And anyway, I turned 1,700 into 10K, and I was really happy with that. Of course,
those charts look super healthy. I mean, not like super healthy, I wouldn't say, but like they're not. Nothing really looks too devastatingly sad right now. It's all like it's going happy.
And then, of course, Clearpool. If it wasn't for Clearpool, I wouldn't have made MaximusCrypto. Did over 30 some odd videos for them. Of course, I'm not paid by them or anything like that. It's one of those ones that fly under the radar that I really believe in DeFi. And then, of course, there's ADA. Of course, would have liked to have more to this list because I'm into about roughly 46 different crypto projects. So this is just like my top 10. But yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys. And of course, shout out to Le Grand Commission. Oui. You got, for instance, the ticker up here, which me and Edward are going to try to figure out a way to fix this so it shows up on the live charts. Oh, speaking of live charts, Legrand put out a notice, which was super cool, about the live charts. So we're going to take a moment to, of course, show that. When I flip, are you able to see this?
Yes, sir.
All right. So earlier, two key things I want to point out that I saw in regards to this. Hold on a second. Now I'll hit play. Are we no longer live? Huh. Maybe we're not. That's weird. Well, we need to get live again. Skip ahead to live broadcast. Maybe I just need to refresh it. Hold on a second. Let me refresh it. There we go. We are live. My bad. I was worried about that. I was like, are we not live? All right. So the key thing I wanted to show you guys is this. So before the show, I mentioned to Edward, I said, Edward, guess what? On our live XRP chart, we have like 66 people watching. All right. This originally said 7 and then it said 4 right now. But earlier we had 66. But I believe it was Legrand. Yeah, Legrand posted earlier today in the team text chat. We had 161 people watching the live chat. And that's awesome. Now, again, like he mentioned, he's like, people aren't really commenting. But still, I mean, what if it's just people that are tuning in from whatever? They just want to see it real quick or whatever. That could very well be the case. So I just wanted to point that out to you guys. I thought that was really cool because, I mean, I was wondering what was kind of going on with that. Like how long does this take to kick in? But I think this is the start. This really encourages me now to get back on track to obviously get us multiple charts where we could be like a go-to platform, not just for, the one-stop shop for CryptoTalkNow.net. We obviously still want that. But also when it comes to these live charts, that'd be super cool. And especially when it comes to, like ISOs and whatnot. We're going to do other ones like Luda Classic. Go ahead.
Thumbs up for smashing the like button, everybody, on the stream here.
Yeah.
Good
so
job.
wanted to share that with you guys. We're going to kick it into a few more comments. And of course, we still have a little bit more coverage we want to share with you. On Fridays, I got to admit, sometimes depending on everybody's schedule and so on, we do kick things a little bit later into the show. If it was a regular like work night, obviously we can't really do that. But we're gonna continue this just a little bit further. Are you okay with that, Edward? If you gotta get going, I understand. I can take it from there.
Do what you gotta do, brother.
All right.
I
So
got your back.
yeah. So thank you for pointing that out, Legrand. Still see we have about roughly 20 plus people watching. This is good. So this encourages us to want to kind of continue this for a bit and so on. It says Edward first presented his gratitude wood last night. Oh my goodness. And then there's Briltony. What is hold on.
Looks like a log. That's a
I'm gonna see what it says on the other. Oh, it probably comes across on YouTube a different way. Yeah.
It's like a tree stump on the screen.
Boomer F and Sooner. I missed last night's live, but watched it today. Well, thanks for doing that. I like hearing that some of our members watch when it's not necessarily live and do watch the recorded, because I mean that's the whole reason why we still uploaded the recorded live show, I should say. And XXI says, wow, the Count of Monte Cristo, the one, the only. He says, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the show. Good to see you. Brilton says, good evening to you. Le Grand Commission says he had known this for 2 years. What has he known for 2 years? Mr. Vincent?
I don't know. That's what I was thinking. I was like, what does he know for 2 years? But we'll find out, I think. I was about to scroll up.
Was that one of our Beavis and Butthead moments of
what? Beavis? Yeah, Beavis and Butthead is,
All
I'm
right.
sure.
All right, that's funny. All right. Yeah, that triple X. Yep, it's on there. It says up to the count. Everybody's showing some love. Brian Dowie, no worries. Thought it was interesting. It was interesting. And I'm glad you brought that. Anything you see like that again helps me out. And that was some really good info. And I like how it was broken down. So thank you again for that, Brian. Really appreciate you.
Is he talking about the brain aneurysm?
No. The segment that he shared about the whole thing with XRP and with ISOs and so on. Remember on the YouTube video?
Okay, yeah, I might
With
be
the crypto Wall Street guy. What's his name? The Wall Street Bull. Or is this another moment of?
I think it's just late in the day, Beavis. Sorry.
That's all right. Well, yeah, no, full time.
Worked all day. Yeah, I worked all morning, and then my brain
Yeah.
is just like, and then I come and I try to like
that's all right.
expand it. With by.
That's
Okay,
right.
cool.
Show the. Oh. All right.
Yeah, I'll show you again.
Okay. Petrified wood. All right.
Petrified wood.
Edward pulled a Larry, sort of. What is this? Back to Larry's chair. Elbow cough, elbow cough, elbow cough. You guys will never let that go. Well, I can understand why. I did have that cough for a long time. Oh my God, there it is. That wasn't an elbow cough.
It's a sanitary way of coughing, by the way. It's the
It
vampire
is.
cough.
If you go to the hospital, they have pictures because why?
Right.
You're not going to be touching. You're not going to be, turning a door handle or pushing in on something with your freaking elbow. You know
It's
what I mean?
weird why they call this elbow coughing. Like I know, obviously, this is elbow coughing. This is your elbow. This is not your elbow. This is not a cough.
That guy. What do they call the thing with the guy? He goes like that.
It's dabbing or
Dabbing.
Heisman. One of the
That's
two.
right.
The Heisman Trophy.
That's some small wood. Wow.
Thank you, Brian.
All right. So what's up, family? Smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, or Jeff Pruden will fly across the United States and show him what his Z is all about. All right. Brian Dowie is expecting a bigger stick. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. YouTube talks all the money you donate. If you want to help the next crypto project, you can donate with a Cash App to cash.app crypto projects. Huh. Okay. Hold on. I am not George. Okay, that's fair enough. I mean, some of the guys, let's face it, I mean, like, whether it's some of you guys are not big fans of Ben Armstrong and so on, some of the other guys, and that's all right. I mean, we all have our preferences, right? Kind of like hip hop, right? We all have different ones that we like. Some of you guys might not even like hip hop. You may think it's, I don't like rap. It's crap. I've heard people, of course, say that. I mean, it's just, my thing is this: I like all different genres of music. I do. I think there's good and bad in all music. Am I a big fan of modern hip hop? No, not really.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Post Malone. I know y'all might hate me, but I'm not. I don't know why, but I just never really was a fan of his music.
Yeah, I like maybe like one or two songs. I'm not really a big fan of him.
I'm like, why would I want to listen to this guy? He reminds me of Willie Nelson, but not a cool version of Willie Nelson. It's just like, I don't know, but it's all right. Kind of catchy.
Yeah, I mean, I like the song White Iverson. That ain't bad.
Uh-huh.
Hold on a second, a little bit further down. So you guys helping out with the algorithm. That's good. Thank you for that.
Spamming in the chat.
Watch out for this. Watch out for that one. All right, Ed looking sexy, sir.
TYZ.
Yeah. Ed, we're looking dead sexy. And the clap. All right, anyway. All right, Larry owns 2 of his own top 10. Maybe 3. I don't know. What it must feel like to not have any XRP at this late hour must be a rush. Oh, we're depressing, sad signal of doom and gloom. No, I'm kidding. All right.
There's no doom and gloom. It's all doom and gloom.
Mr. Z says we need 1,000 for the next big project. Cash in your dust and share the love. Huh. Okay. Cool Cat Crypto. Larry's top 2. Saitama and the monkey. Ooh, you wicked, wicked monkey. I don't know. Maybe. Crypto Talk now. XRP is too rich for my blood. That's why he drew for his blood many months back, if you guys remember. Yeah. All right. Check the
couch, I think, with the lamp.
No, or is that a
bench?
I don't. What? What did you say?
BENCH.
What the freaking heck you just say?
Whoa.
What did you just say? What did you just say?
Look, I didn't talk about nothing. All I said was check out the swim pool.
It's like you said something. I'm just kidding. I'm just giving you crap. I know. All right. All right. Brilton with the banana, or is that a moon?
Or a toenail.
A crescent moon.
Oh, it's a moon.
Or as you would say, a Beavis. Okay.
There's a moon.
Creeper Law. All right, hold on a second, man. You guys got a lot of comments in here. That's good. WTF, there's more watching than that and this. I watch you while you sleep, Max. I hope not, because you're not going to be too pleased with me hearing people complain about my snoring. So, McClassic running up again. My duck sauce. All right, you2 Tim, the night hat. All right, hold on a second. Tell him to take off his Halloween costume. I think Canada helped XRP go up. Yes, I agree with that. Yes, it's a dab. Hey, Shay, ASS dumped again to be continued. Lol. All right. Donate to the Crypto Talk Now Cash App from now on. YouTube takes like 50%. Next big project coming soon. There it is. There's a car. I was thinking it was like a weird 1970s style vacuum. By the way, for those of you guys around my age, right? I remember when I was a kid and my mom had one of those old vacuums, and even my grandma. We have come a long way, have we not, when it comes to vacuum technology? Those old vacuums sucked so bad. No pun intended, but they did.
They were very heavy. Very heavy.
They were annoying. Always had to change that bag. Anyway. Volt deleted to 0. Nice. Okay. Well, then depending on who was in it, they might have really done well. It's a couch, you dork. Oh, well.
Give me 1 second. I gotta go let the door in. Hold on a second.
it's a couch. Well, you know what? Blake your couch. Buy another one. You rich. Never mind. Dave Chappelle. All right, let's kick it into this other segment. I think it's still the same thing, but hold on a second. Let me see where we're at with this. Hold on. So that's not it. All right. Actually, believe it or not, we're kicking into the next topic. Believe it or not, Luna Classic. We haven't talked about Luna Classic in quite some time. So here we go. And how about this, Edward? Do you want to go ahead and share your Luna Classic versus Doge info before kicking into that?
Yeah, it's not anything breaking or news. It was just mostly just kind of spawning the thought of the conversation.
Well, hold on. Before you go into that, we have a super chat alert, and then we'll let you do that. I didn't mean to interrupt you, my friend. Shout out again to Salamander, the XDC commander, aka Salamander in space, aka I hold a whole bunch of XDC 800,000 plus. He states, taking donations for the Larry and XRP Foundation. $2 super chat. Thanks again, Salamander. We really do appreciate it. I think Larry just needs to maybe, reduce some of his steak consumption, not, take advantage of some of the sales and just, say, you know what, today I'm not going to eat steak. Today I'm going to take that same amount I was going to put into buying steak and buy some XRP.
That's brilliant. Or lower the quality of the steak. If it's too high quality, you could technically maybe get 2 steaks for the price of 1 if you just get the bottom level quality. Just a thought.
Right. But guys, whatever you do, even if it's a penny a pound, which is never going to happen, or it's free, never, ever buy top round beef. It's disgusting. It's no, thank you. All right. No, nothing you can do. Put it into a crock pot. There's nothing you can do to make that taste good. It's just not going to happen.
Except for replacing it with something else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
We were just kind of hitting on the topic of what this article was talking about, and it was just kind of proposing the idea of looking at Luna Classic versus Doge right now, and as far as which would be the better investment, right? So it was saying things like Doge had dominated the coin market for, I took the market word out. Instead of saying meme coins, I just say altcoins now, right? I know not all coins are meme coins, and not all meme coins are altcoins, I guess. Maybe they are technically because it's not Bitcoin, but not all altcoins are meme coins. So I kind of got off on a tangent when I was reading this, but long story short is Luna Classic's now pretty much giving it a run for its money, since there's a huge community behind it. And so since they've both made and unmade millionaires, I figured that would be kind of a worthy thought of just kind of digging into further, right? So, which one would you think is probably a better investment just off the cuff right now, Max?
Well, I can't give anybody, of course, official financial advice.
In your opinion.
For me personally, of course, I'm still making money off of Doge because I'm still in profits because of, the original position I got into, and still kept, a bunch of Doge. So, that's for me, that's the way I look at it. What about you guys?
Sure.
That's the answer.
That's
so
what I was curious with.
Yeah. So my thing is this, at these particular price levels, and we'll go ahead and share this just here for a moment. Hold on a second. So, yeah, it's just that, at these particular price levels, we see, for instance, Dogecoin is, the top 10. It's got a higher market cap than Cardano and Solana and Polygon and Polkadot. Are you kidding me? So,
it's like 8 times bigger than Luna Classic's market cap.
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. So here's the thing. So, people who got into Dogecoin back when it was 5.5 cents and so on, they're happy about that and so on. So that was pretty nice. I think Dogecoin should be looked upon in 2 different ways, personally. All right. And that is, I hate to use this term. I know a lot of people don't like this term, but hodling. For me personally, yeah, I'm hodling what I have with Dogecoin because I see it going past the previous all-time highs of what was it, roughly 72, 73 cents, something like that. I do see this potentially getting up to $1 or more. I know that sounds nuts, but it's just that I feel as though what's the biggest catalyst of that? Elon Musk. And I feel as though that at the same time, you can catch some of these other ones. And I know it seems like it's almost an endorsement for meme coins. Not quite. But I do feel as though just because some of these projects that have the name Doge attached to it, like whether it's, the Elon token, Doge Mars, right? Fantastic community. I will agree with Rodney of My Crypto Future, that would technically be Teddy Ganja. My Crypto Journey, he made a statement, I think on one of his shows a couple of days ago, he stated that he said that he felt as though Dogeland Mars has a great community, and they do, huge community. But he would like to see them simply be more active, like with tweets, social media, and so on. Right? They're not active enough. And I would agree with him on that. They do need to be a little bit more active. I want to see that happen. Maybe it's starting to happen. But my example is this: those names that are attached to anything that's Elon Musk related has been doing pretty well as of lately. I mean, you've seen Baby Doge, heck, the original Dogecoin, the Elon token, right? Doge Mars, so on and so forth. So I think those will continue to do well, and I especially think Dogecoin will get to some of these crazy price levels, especially if Elon Musk introduces what we've been hoping that he would introduce a long time ago, but like coming up here into 2023 and so on.
Yeah, the article was talking about billionaires, basically like Mark Cuban and Elon Musk being some of the main supporters of Dogecoin. That might give you that faith that you need to maybe work with Dogecoin, maybe invest more into them. Also considering the fact that it could be possible that they're working it into more of a method of having a utility, right? As far as maybe as a payment method for, I would say, basketball tickets maybe, or whether it be a car or whatever they use Dogecoin for. It makes it where it kind of puts it more so on the radar of investors who wanted an asset that actually has purpose. Whereas Luna Classic, right? Luna Classic doesn't necessarily have those types of situations, right? Not exactly. But even though there's been a total, I don't know how many dollars lost, investors have refused to really give up on Luna Classic. And I'm sure that there's plenty of great reasons out there, obviously. There's great volatility, low market cap on this opportunity. Makes for opportunities for great swings, right? So it could either be like a blessing or a curse, I guess, in that sense. So I know we are mostly all probably fans of Luna Classic. I know I got into it this year, so I wasn't fully knowledgeable on the whole entire setup for that, but it's been making progress, and I've been learning more about it, and it's kind of taught me more about the whole entire crypto market in general, just learning more about little projects like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And the way I also look at it when it comes to, for instance, with Doge and so on is, a lot of people are going to, let's face it, they're going to FOMO in, and especially the ones that don't know anything about crypto and so on. I'm not making fun of that particular person or anything, but that's the reality. There's going to be a lot of FOMO. I mean, even as we speak, just good looking back into Dogecoin. I mean, the volume has kind of dropped down a little bit by 4%, but if this thing takes off again, I mean, it'll just be even that much more FOMO. So I'm glad that you point out some of those key things. Was there some more that you wanted to share?
I'm just looking at my classic right now, and it's nice and pumping. But no, I'm good. That was a good points y'all brought up, and good points you brought up too, Max.
Well, thanks. Z says, "Wake me up when Luna Classic runs to 500%." Let's kick things right into some of our news coverage and information in regards to Luna Classic. So again, thank you for anybody who's just now tuning in, especially if you're new to Crypto Talk Now. My name is Max of MaximusCrypto, and this is my colleague here, which is Edward Vinson. And we had some banners that we like to put up above our heads and so on, but for some reason they got completely deleted. I don't know what happened to that. But we're going to have to get that fixed. I have to get with Larry and find out what happened to some of those particular things, like the ticker symbol on the bottom that says not financial advice, things like that. For some reason, all that stuff is gone. I don't know if it's because it was an upgrade with StreamYard and didn't back it up, but we got to get all that stuff back. All right, so let me see here. Let's see. Larry is like the Charles Manson of rock girls. He has many under his power. All right. Yeah. See, what's wrong with the top? It's horrible. I'm sorry that you're eating that, my friend. That's brilliant, Max. What is brilliant?
Max is brilliant. That's
No,
brilliant.
That's brilliant. I don't know. But
Max.
thank you, though, Kushu boy. I can buy XRP in Luna class. All right. So how about this? We're going to kick it into this next segment, like I mentioned before. And here we go. And shout out to, of course, this particular guy. He always has provided great content since, man, I mean, I've been following him since he was at under 1,000 subscribers. Late in, was it 2021? He's come a long way. He does just, he has great content. I mean, you know, I haven't really heard anybody talk bad about Classic Crypto. I like Classic Crypto. I think he's a nice young man who provides really passionate coverage, and rightfully so. And I think he does a lot for the Luna Classic community. I'm just going to throw that out there. So he says, Luna Classic alert. We've just broken out into the 26s. Luna Classic, of course, is certified mooning. Retweet to spread the word. And it's just that. I mean, yes, this was earlier today at 4 o'clock my time. But you kind of see how we did have this particular breakout. And it's nice to see just that. A little bit more in regards to Luna Classic. Something I wanted to point out is this. I think some of you guys pointed this out too. And that is this. Luna Classic is going back, of course, to that $2 billion market cap. I think that is very realistic, especially with where we're going. So, you know, earlier today, we saw this up about 21%. And at that time, the market cap, right, was at 1.82 billion. I think we're going to see that. Yeah, we had kind of a little bit of pullback compared to that, you know, that 21% average. But I do feel as though it's definitely achievable. Even looking at this a little bit more further, let's kick it back to this for just a brief moment. So Luna Classic on this list, like I said earlier, was at 40, probably changed a little bit. So it went up a little bit. It's up to 36. And, you know, the market cap is close to 1.8. But again, I feel as though we will get back to that. We're just having kind of like, not necessarily so much of a slight pullback, but, you know, if anything, look at the 1 hour chart for Luna Classic. It's up 4.43%. That's a good indicator for us to achieve some of these things. Take a moment to just basically look at this. Are you able to see the screen, Edward?
Yes, sir. We're on Terra Classic.
All right. So look at the volume. We're up about close to 150%, right? And I definitely think that this is, like I said, you know, more than achievable to get there. A little bit more in regards to all this. I like the statement because this has happened before, especially what is up with, you know, Luna Classic many times when we had the pumps. I think I even pointed this out before, right, on previous shows, especially when we used to do, like, you know, the Luna Classic show. We'll start doing stuff like that again. So I pointed out quite a few times that for whatever reason, Luna Classic, when it does do a big pump, happens to be like Thursday night going into Friday, right? Depending on where you're at. And like this guy states, Rex YZ, looks like Friday is Luna Classic pump day. Just remember, rockets are subject to gravity. And that's one thing I definitely want to point out. You know,
what comes up must come down.
Absolutely. What goes up must come down. And if anything, I guess the other view is better. If anything, I'm not going to FOMO in. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to DCA into this, or if you're the type of person in which you don't even have any Luna Classic, you may look at this like, well, it's just going to keep going up. Well, it's just that, like he mentions, you know, rockets are subject to gravity. Like Edward mentioned, what goes up must come down. Me personally, I would wait until this drops down, and let's face it, eventually will. And if anything, that's healthy. You don't want to just have something to be like a typical pump and dump, right? You want something to go up, then go down, then have some sideways action, consolidation, and so on. Is healthy for the asset, whether it's Luna Classic or whatnot, because if anything, you want to see it build new support lines and so on, right? New resistance levels. Go ahead.
I was looking at something before. I think I might maybe asked this question a long time ago, but in regard to catalysts, you do you need to have a catalyst, right? Really, is there some sort of like necessity to have a catalyst to be able to start
like a
moving
positive
up?
catalyst?
Right. So, for example, like we've been watching Luna Classic's price kind of dwindle down slowly but surely. I think we need that major drop to help kind of get us going back in that right direction. Or you could probably assume that, yeah, it's going to go back down if you're just getting this out of nowhere jump, right? And so just to kind of follow that trend line, if you ever do the charts, you can just see the trend lines will follow. I mean, that spike probably meets some sort of average on the way back down, you know, and that next down will have a spike and we'll eventually get there. And obviously, you know, this is not financial advice. This is just open your eyes, look at the charts. These things are just kind of all equating for you. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it is good stuff. And, you know, the thing is, yes, we do need positive catalysts. And that's where we're going to kick things into an actual segment focused on what is going on with Luna Classic and why we're seeing the spike and so on. I mean, there's a couple reasons for it and so on. You know, the big one is kind of like we see on the thumbnail, which is, you know, the market, right? So, you know, what you see, for instance, you know, this is straight from CMC. The overall, I should say, this particular listing for Luna Classic shows us up close to 21%, you know, mass volume, so on and so forth, right? But the key thing is just this. What you see right here, a $1.06 trillion market cap. This is the highest it's been in quite a while. It's a 5.10% increase over the last day. If you're brand new to all this, everything, whether CMC and so on, you may think this is not that big of a deal. For the overall crypto market cap to go up 5%, it's a huge deal. So there's that particular factor, what's affecting some of these. I'm just going to refresh this just for a brief moment. And, you know, for instance, to see Terra Luna Classic, that's part of the top 100, ranked third overall on top performer of the 24-hour chart is huge. And it's worth, you know, mentioning, and it's worth mentioning, especially on our show, and which we're going to kick into this particular one. Sorry, right here. There it goes. And it's this. Kind of like a segues, Larry would say, for what we're bringing to you guys right here. So Edward pointed out and said, you know, is it a positive catalyst? Do we need positive catalysts? Absolutely. We always need positive catalysts. So that would be my answer. Not me trying to be a smart aleck or anything like that, but it's just.
I see how it is. No,
I see how it is. Yeah, no. But it is true. We do need positive catalysts continuously going forward. That's for the same reason why we need Luna Classic to always trend. Right, we need people to consistently talk about it. We've talked about it before, where you know, I mentioned, for instance, it's more than just trending, right? But trending in a positive direction. We never want a time in which nobody's not talking about Luna Classic, because I mean, if that happens, then it'll just be a death spiral, right? It'll be like May all over again. But like, I guess even worse, because we're still at fractions of a penny, is my point. So what I'm trying to state here is this: as long as people continue talking about it and doing what, bringing in positive proposals to the table, then, like I mentioned before, it creates just that much more supply and demand for it. And also the third thing was trending, so I would refer to as the crypto trifecta, and I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna ride or die with that forever, because it's the way you should look at it. I mean, not just Luna Classic, so many other cryptos. You have those three things going on. It's like almost a guarantee that it's going to do well, and if anything, you'll see, you know, decent pumps and so on. But anyway, this was published about, I think, the other day. It says Luna Classic, or Terra Classic, I should say, version 23 upgrade on schedule to launch in December. And I think this is, again, like what everyone was talking about earlier, the positive catalyst, right? You're looking for what is the positive catalyst moving forward. This is basically it. So it says, for instance, this is on schedule for, you know, December. The network is set to become fully Cosmos interoperable as V23 upgrade is on schedule to launch in December. again, I mean, yeah, we talked about quant earlier, right? But guys, you got to keep in mind, it is so important to have that interoperability, right? So, for instance, I mean, if quant is connecting everything to everything, that is huge, right? And even for the likes of Luna Classic, I mean, they are going to be interoperable with this V23 upgrade with Cosmos. I think it's going to be huge for Luna Classic, and of course, it's going to be huge for Cosmos. And I mentioned, of course, a while back, I think for at least a couple weeks now, that we should take a deeper dive into Cosmos, because it's like, I get the whole thing about this price and so on, but heck, I mean, if we're mentioning the likes of Quant, why can't we mention the likes of Cosmos? Vast ecosystem, doing big things. Cosmos is yet another one that should be on your radar. But we'll get into that more on another day. But there's a few key ones, of course, that I promised our community that we want to take a deep dive into. Cosmos, of course, I don't think I forgot. For instance, was it the rights? Can't even think of it right now.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I can't remember it either.
Something rights. I forgot. I'm drawing a blank. It's because it's getting late in the day, guys. I apologize. But anyway, reserve rights. In a tweet yesterday, the Terra Rebels, which are an independent developer, of course, for, as we know, the Terra Classic Network, disclosed that they are on track to roll out, of course, this V23 upgrade and reopen inter-blockchain communication by when? The fourth quarter of 2022. Now, we're already into, for instance, this particular fourth quarter. So this is referring, of course, to December, sharing the thoughts of core developer Edward Kim. This is his own particular words. I will read this part verbatim. He states, "We are looking at reworking the underlying Cosmos Tendermint skeleton and upgrading the vanilla Cosmos 45.8 and then upgrade to Tendermint V34, according to core developer Edward Kim. In regards to that particular roadmap, I covered a deep dive into the roadmap a while back, the Terra Rebels roadmap. If you haven't seen it, it is a real true deep dive. It's about a half an hour, but it outlines everything and some of the things that you see listed here. On top of that, you see this whole thing with, it says Jacob Gadikian has done for Osmosis, Notional, and Osmosis. They upgraded, of course, to 45.9, and that is their particular repo. We're going to take a moment. I think this is not too long. Hold on a second. Yeah, here it is. So here's a quick snippet, and then here's a key takeaway basically from all this. So it mentions the key takeaway from Edward Kim's upcoming Cosmos WASM, I guess is what kind of like what they call it. I mean, it's like the crypto Lollapalooza. Not really. Anyway, it says upgrade and IBC reopening set for, of course, quarter 4 2022. You want to chime in? You try to say something? Sorry.
No, is that the Osmosis Zone?
Yeah. So, for instance, it says special thanks to these guys you see here and the team and work, the dedication for that. Of course, you can watch the full AMA if you want, but if anything, this was truly a key takeaway, and I want to bring this to you guys. That way, you don't have to watch this big long thing. I'm of course going to share it in a way for you can hear it. Give me just a moment, but this is pretty cool.
With that Cosmwasm. Cosmwasm.
Oh, how to say it? Yeah, now I hear you. So here we go. We're gonna play this for you guys, and then we will be right back to you shortly.
So then we're looking at reworking the underlying Cosmos Tendermint skeleton and upgrading vanilla Cosmos 45.8 and then upgrade Tendermint V34. Okay, so these items, in fact, if you look at what Jacob Gadigan has done from Osmosis, Notional and Osmosis, they upgraded to 45.9, and that is in our repo at the moment. Tobias Zardar has been working on the Tendermint upgrade to version 37. There's some tricky things with that in terms of it's a modified Tendermint that TFL used before, and we can't just upgrade to the Tendermint 37 without doing those modifications that TFL already did. So Tobias has been looking at that. There's some changes that happened in Tendermint that he's got to work around, but that's where we are with that. And then after that, the Cosmwasm 1.0 can go into place.
All right. So, for those of you guys who may not understand all the technical parts of this, I mean, one of the key takeaways is just this, this is big for Luna Classic. Cosmos, of course, is a big name. And if anything, you want to see the likes of, for instance, Luna, especially Luna Classic, be able to be just that interoperable, be able to, think about talk to each other, right? So whether it's legacy systems and so on, this is not an example of legacy system, but the whole idea of being able to talk with another blockchain and make it interoperable is just that, the positive catalyst that we need and are always looking for.
And you want Luna Classic to be involved with stuff too. You don't want it to just kind of just float off into the distance. You want it to be involved with these kinds of projects and be involved with the communities.
Absolutely. And it's not like, Cosmos is some small name. They're not. Even looking at right here, let me pull it up. I mean, guys, they're top 20. They're even way ahead of, for instance, Luna Classic. Here they are right here, sitting at 1521. Even getting into Cosmos itself, right? Like we said, we were going to try to do a deep dive into it. Let's say you hold Luna Classic and you were also thinking about getting the Cosmos. Look more into Cosmos. Like I promised, we will definitely do that. But just looking at it from an opportunity perspective, check this out for yourself. So, for instance, a year ago, this was up to about $45. All time, well, there's multiple. So, for instance, roughly around $44 and so on. But I mean, if you think about it, this for the most part held that $24 range straight across from, I don't know, February of 2021. And it held this to about roughly April. So it had a nice kind of like a couple months in that regard. But it's not just about that. What's more about is, for instance, everything that they are connected to, their ecosystem. Again, I don't want to make it an AMA about Cosmos and so on. Like I mentioned, I promise that we will do a deeper dive into it and maybe even like a recorded video. It might not get a lot of views and so on. It's not about that. It's providing you guys educational content for you can have a bigger idea and perspective of what Cosmos brings. My friend, I haven't seen him in a long time. I need to give him a call up. Who's Fox, man. He is a big fan of Kava. And if you see what, for instance, how Cosmos is tied into that, is pretty big in that regard. They are connected with so many different ones. And I think in a bull market, Cosmos definitely stands out. And then on top of that, guys, it's just that it's a huge, I should say it's a big catalyst. It is a huge catalyst for Luna Classic. So you like seeing these types of things happening and so on. So I want to, of course, bring that to you guys.
Super chat.
Oh, okay.
Le Grand Commission.
All right. Let's see here. So I don't want to lose my spot. Let me highlight that. And wow, we got a lot of comments. Those are good problems. $2 super chat from Le Grand Commission. Max, check your Twitter messages. Okay. All right. Well, give me just a second. Let me see here. Thanks for the $2 super chat, though.
For sure.
Let me see. I
think he's.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
It's about Luna Classic, I think.
Probably. All right, from Reddit. Okay, hold on. Let's check this out. Are you able to see this?
Loading. Yes, Reddit has.
All right. So this is from Le Grand Commission. Oui. GCR, the trader who won a $10 million bet against Do Kwon and shorted Luna Classic from 95 to 0, is now longing on Luna Classic. Oh, that is interesting. GCR closed his short position today and has been liquidated. His short position made a profit of $5.6 million. Man. All right, let's see if we can blow this up a little bit. All right, so hold on a second. I just want to make sure I'm not messing this up. So this is his closed short position that you see right here. He had Oh man, what is that? God, he had 21,988,427,000 Luna Classic. My goodness.
Flip it. Yeah, just flip it.
Yeah. So there's that, and then it says, but if you now think this is the end of the story, then you were wrong. Okay. Here's his long position. So 21,982,000,000, or I'm not even reading that right. Sorry. 21,982,231 K Luna KLUNC. The notional size is 5.183 million. Okay. The market price of 23 cents roughly. Okay. All right, let's look a little bit more into this. It says, as you can see, I know this is kind of small because it's from Reddit. You got to keep in mind. It says, as you can see, GCR is now longing on Luna Classic and went from one of the most hated guys to a hero in the Luna Classic community. Okay. So this probably plays another factor then on what's going on with Luna Classic. GCR is one of the top traders on FTX by PNL, and he is on the FTX leaderboard for the last 2 years. If you check his Twitter history, you'll realize that this guy has one of the best track records. He knows exactly what he's doing. Well played and much respect. All right. Well, that's, yeah. Thank you. Crypto Talk Now, not network sideline reporter, but also that. How about this? Crypto Talk Now, all of the above, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. La Grande Commission. Raise the roof. All right. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I almost said thank you for that, Luna Classic. Thank you for that, La Grande Commission. Appreciate it, man. So I'm going to go back up because I don't want to lose my spot. Of course, there are going to be some ones I have to skip. Let me see here. Let's see. What was running up to when the Classic could hit the threes? No, there were. Okay, I could have sworn I read some of this stuff. Did I not? Oh yeah, I did. I clicked on the wrong one. All right, All right, I see it. Max P, good to see you, Max P. Late to the show today, but great content as usual. Thank you for that, Max P. Smile Max. All right. Cool Cat Crypto. Elon going to use XLM is all he's going to do. Elon hates Dogecoin's energy consumption. XP, we want to donate to the next big crypto project. The team needs 1,000 to bring the next game changer. Okay. And you can use Cash App to stating to do that. There's a link. The next big thing. Level 100 crypto. Elon Musk got vaulted. Maybe he did. All right, hold on a second. It's a crazy team. Cool Cat, did you check the couch? Is Larry hiding in the couch? He is looking to change under and behind the. Oh boy! All right, hold on. Let me go further down.
When we get to the bottom, we can spin the wheel.
Yeah. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Yeah, we'll message you about the whole thing with who won. Larry trying to come up with a tree fitty for the XRP. Hold on a second. Yeah. Did Patches take a dump on the couch? I hope not. I know Patches, there was something wrong with him the other day. I think we lost Edward, or you just trying to get up or something to move around. All right. And then he yearns for it. Yeah, no problem. I'll do the same thing because I got to move around. How about this? Guys, if you don't show up to the after show, I'll burn Larry's fake couch. Wow. All right, Coochie Boy. Main idea is to have about 3 different bags of Luna Classic so you can keep a moon bag. Yeah, that's a good point. And that's one way of definitely looking at it. You know, sometimes, let's face it, when it comes to some people track, for instance, addresses and activity, and, they're like, oh, man, this person did this to this particular project. You sold your whole bag. Okay. And the point is, yeah, your business. And on top of that, who's to say that person doesn't own another bag off another exchange? You know what I mean? All right. So Cool Cat Crypto, let's teach Patches to, wow. Okay. Level 100 crypto. Vote, is about to fly high. Look at what Elon tweeted. Okay. What did Elon tweet? Yeah. What did he tweet? Level 100, you done need to chill here We all like Volt. Okay. Well, not all of us like Volt.
Yeah, blanket terms are not ever good to use, really, ever.
Yeah. I'm gonna skip a couple of those. Elon tweeted. Hold on. All right. Kuchibwe, Volt people gonna run with that though. Elon's dog got struck by lightning means Volt Inu. Okay, I get it. He tweeted a poo. So, oh jeez. Edward, check my Twitter. Elon, Volt maybe. Okay. Volt uses too much voltage for Elon. Max, I messaged you on Twitter. Yeah, okay, I got it. Thank you. I knew you didn't go to bed. Hold on. Legrand is like a vampire. He doesn't sleep. Well, apparently he's going to sleep right now. The classic, my duck sauce, wash hands. Of course I'm going to wash my hands. Clap, clap, clap. Burleson is clapping. Max has sent you a tweet. Check your Twitter. The only way I'm going to check is if you send me a super chat. No, I'm kidding. All right, hold on. Give me a second. Lo con comisión. Oh, jeez. All right. I guess I got to share this with everybody. Can't blow it up. So here it is. This is straight from Z, who has a, looks like a corgi.
Corgi booty.
Yeah, corgi. They're nice dogs. My girlfriend's mom had a corgi. He passed away like about a year ago. It's sad. His name was Mini Me. He was a really nice dog.
That's a funny looking GIF.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right. So going further into the comments before we, I don't know, maybe get to the last segment and so on.
Let's put hashtag patches so when we get to the very bottom, we know that who's still in this contest, right? So we know who's still here. Because I got everybody, if you've commented one time tonight, you're on here. So it's just a matter of you sticking around for the long haul. That's all it was.
True. Day General, I haven't seen you before. I'd like to go ahead and welcome you to CTN. Guys, give Day General a warm welcome. He states, Monday we dump or the bull market. Don't know the next part. I don't know what language that is. I apologize.
Monday we dump or the bull market doesn't care.
Oh, it says it doesn't care. Yeah, my bad. That's a good point. We could have a little bit of that, but I think we're going to be going in a different direction. Check out the very beginning of the video, or I should say the live stream, with the exclusive with Luke Lango of Investor Place. He feels as though that we are going to be going into a nice boom cycle for 2023. I feel that way as well. Those guys have been like 9 times out of 10 spot on. I'm not even playing when it comes to that. You guys got the elbow cough thing going on, keeping the algorithm going. This is good. Mike, are you still here? Man, Mike Cornwell, you still here? Did you pass out? I know you probably had a. Oh, there he is. There he is. Mike Cornwell. What's the alpha, Max? I don't know what you mean. All right, patches. All right, this is good. Well, what do you think, Ed? Should we
Let's see.
Let's see
if I can get this to work. So push this button. Share screen. Thanks.
Well,
let's see. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, that's all right. So how about this? We will. Work? Yeah, I can go ahead and add this to the stream. So, do you think you got no one's gonna lynch you, right? Like you're confident?
Bring it. You know, I mean, if you think that you've commented in here and I didn't get your name, then I'll be pretty surprised because I sat here. I did not listen to a single word you said during that article. I completely focused.
No, that's all right. Yeah, you gotta do what you
lynch
do.
Me.
Give me just like 30 seconds. I gotta fix this darn share. I'll be right back.
Cool. No worries. In the meantime, I know I only heard like 3 answers out there as far as if you would rather go with Doge or you go with Luna Classic. There's some good reasons on both sides. And if you're like, hey, you know what? I don't want to go with either of those things. I'd like to go with something more like XRP if I can still get it. Or I'd go with quant if I've only gotten a half of one, right? Excellent reasons. But yeah, if you are having the wheel ready, I am eager, excited to click it.
All right. I'm just gonna try to see if there's any more questions before we kick it further down. Salamander is cold. Why are you cold? You were smart on, right? Hold on. How about this one? If Tim wins, I want his NFT. If Tim wins, man, you are.
Tim is a respin. Don't worry. If we land on him, he's gonna. Yeah, it'll be quite funny.
Yeah, if Tim wins, I don't know. Maybe he should go campaign for somebody running for president or something. Because then I don't know. I'm just kidding. All right. I said Luna Classic for the win like 10 times. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this to the stream. For those who are here, thank you for so much for staying this long, 3 hours into the show. Eventually, XRP will not be sold to the public retail. Wow, that's a good point. So get as much as you can, I guess. Add to stream, and there it is. And let me try to.
Free people.
Yeah, hold on a second. Should we do a full screen layout?
Oh yeah, shame on me.
There we go. And there you go, F11.
Yep.
All right, so you have the floor. Go for it.
Alrighty, y'all. So can we get some Michael Montclair by any chance? Is that possible to do while we're on here, or should we
can't
just
share two tabs at the same time with music? Unfortunately.
Okay. This is for the Patches NFT Friday night special. Ready? No whammies, no Tim Shays. Come on. Ooh. Mr. No Face.
Hey, right on, Mr. No Face. That's
Congratulations.
Cool. Yeah. I bet Tim Shay was like, I'm going to win it.
I think you got close. That was awesome. Right.
Awesome.
What do I do here? Just stop sharing? There, perfect.
Yeah.
Nice.
So congratulations to Mr. No Face. That is so cool. It's no hate.
Oh yeah. So I forgot to note that developers, hosts, you name it. If you're basically had your hand on that NFT already, I didn't put you on there. So that includes UZ and Legrand and me and Larry and
me,
Patches and Max. Yeah. Sorry, I thought I said your name. My bad. Yeah. But yeah, includes us.
Why
I'll point you out though. I'll definitely point you out.
You do still. I'm sure you probably win some more, man. You're gonna probably have like different colors of patches every day of the week at some point, Tim. All right.
Today, tomorrow it's no faces and no Tim Shays. No faces and no Tim Shays.
Yeah. So
I'll just be saying that to everybody.
I guess if we have a meeting, I know this is kind of going late, but I'm sure we still will. You will communicate that, of course, with the Grand Commission.
No face.
How about this? I like this point. Coochie boy. Either way, Tim needs to play the Powerball for
1.6
billion. Yeah, you should, man. With the luck that you have, I would.
I forgot. I got to be here to win. I haven't seen Mr.
When
No
is
Face
the next
yet.
drawing? Is the drawing tomorrow? Isn't it Wednesdays and Saturdays for the drawing?
Not sure. I think you're right. Actually, Saturday is the right day.
Yeah. So I need to get a ticket then. But I kind of have a weird thing. It's like ticket or crypto now, but yeah, it's just $2. I mean, come on.
Right. I think I'm getting lynched right now. No Face has to be here. Yeah, and that's totally fair. So No Face, please show yourself.
No Face took off.
I have to respin the wheel. As fun as that's going to be, I just hate to hear about potential.
All right, and then Tim Shay can win. All right, so all right.
Do I need to share my screen again? Yeah.
You got to share it again. You got to do it again. All right.
No problem.
Well, No Face. Sorry, my brother. We're doing this again.
Mr. No Face.
So do you want to take him off of the thing then? Or you just want to spin it, and if he wins,
yeah, I was going to spin it again because everybody who was here tonight.
Hold on. Let's add it again. All right, full screen layout. All right, here we go.
We can see it. All righty, y'all. Come on, no whammies, no whammies. This will be a good time for everybody to show back up. And go, Cat.
I know
Think
he's
you're
here.
still in the house.
Congratulations, Mr. Cool Cat
Awesome
freaking
job.
crypto. There we go.
Oh, that's cool. Good job. Good job. Larry didn't even sorry to read the next one already.
So he's obviously still here.
Yeah.
Good
job.
Hold on a second. Yeah, congratulations, Cool Cat. Tim Shea says I keep forgetting to get a couple tickets. Yeah, me too. Boomer Officer says rigged. Cool Cat, yes, drawing 11.5. Cool Cat is like, oh, that's actually a Cool Cat. Z recognizing Cool Cat. Boomer F and Sooner says the Triple C. Cool Cat, yeah, Cool Cat, Triple C. Triple C loves the Triple X, and you get Larry's XRP. Yay, Cool Cat. Yeah, well, there's Larry. Salamander says he almost won. Yes, you did almost won. And Z, you got 30 seconds. Second place, baby. Okay. Well, you know what, Edward? We still have about 21 people here. There is just a tad bit more. Should we get into what's left? Just for all the people who are still here.
I'm down to go to the Looney Bin with you. Let's go. Like, we got 3 hours and 10 minutes or something.
You guys are in for a real treat. So we're gonna do a little bit more. And it is actually covering the Polygon coverage that we wanted to bring you guys earlier. So I'm gonna go ahead and share that with you. And here we go. So straight from Washer Guru, because I mean, who doesn't follow Washer Guru? If you have Twitter, you got to follow Washer Guru, right? So it says, just in, Meta announces support for buying and selling Polygon NFTs on Instagram. And I think that's, that's it. When you think about these cryptos, when they do well, is it just because the overall crypto market is doing well? Well, yeah, that plays a big factor. But what also plays a big factor is, like we were mentioned earlier when Edward and I were talking about catalyst, positive catalyst. So this is yet another positive catalyst for the likes of Polygon. Here's the particular source. It's just that Meta, as in aka Facebook, has selected Polygon for minting digital collectibles. Whether you're whether you're a fan of Meta or Facebook and so on, you have to recognize it is a positive catalyst. It says, for the first time ever, Meta is empowering creators to mint and sell Polygon-powered digital collectibles on and off, of course, Instagram. And who owns Instagram? Meta, Facebook, right? So it says just that. You can see it right there, plain as day. I'll even blow it up for you. Pretty cool. I hold Polygon, aka Matic. I know a lot of you guys do as well. I know a lot of you guys have been DCAing for many months now in this bear market into Polygon. Hats off to you guys. You recognize the opportunity, and now it's rewarding you well. Glad to see it. A little bit more in regards to all this in regards to Matic, right? This particular piece comes straight from Cointelegraph. Traders expect 200% upside from Matic, but does Polygon Network data support that? That's a good question. So let's get more into it. Matic, of course, recently rallied, and the partnerships, for instance, Matic, Meta, aka Facebook, and so on, definitely helps, right? So it's turning heads on chain activity, and it may hint at further growth. That's the way I look at it. If you look at cryptos that have stood out in this bear market, I think Polygon definitely is in the top 5 as far as standout ones for top performers in this bear market. We get into a bull market, as the saying goes, forget about it, right? So in the past year, Polygon has focused on growing their list of high profile partners, which includes, like, we mentioned before, Disney, Starbucks, heck, they even landed on Robinhood. We did a recorded video on the coverage about Disney. The recent announcements of partnerships with both Instagram and, get this, guys, even JP Morgan, right, have speculators pushing the token price up nearly 200%. And at those prices, guys, that's in the parabolic range. This is what you've been waiting for. In regards to additional partnerships and so on, blockchain adoption through the network usage is important. Like it mentions, to analyze blockchain adoption, like we literally outlined for the beginning of the show and so on, can be analyzed by looking into daily active users of the blockchain protocols using the technology, a number of transactions, and of course, the one that everybody should be looking at is the total value locked. Always, always, always look into that. In regards to just that, the total value locked on Polygon. So that rose above the $1 billion mark, very significant. Because like it mentions, it's one cryptocurrency indicator used to assess the market sentiment towards a particular blockchain. If you don't know about this, the TVL, aka total value locked on Polygon, requires utilizing the Matic blockchain and locking funds in the various DeFi platforms across the network. The rising TVL is a sign of growth or new liquidity entering the ecosystem, but it does not necessarily mean that the network and associated assets are quote unquote turning bullish. Now, my thing is this. I still believe it is turning bullish. I would agree to disagree with Cointelegraph's coverage on that particular statement, but to each his own. Maybe there's some people that also feel that way here at who are watching CTN as we speak, and that's fine as well. It says, while the top three protocols, Ethereum, Binance, and so on, like Tron and whatnot, all have TVLs over 5 billion, Matic, Avalanche, and even Arbitrum are the only others with over 1 billion in total value locked. And that is nice to be part of that elite club of the $1 billion plus total value locked club. According to data from Token Terminal, Polygon and Phantom are the only blockchains to post positive TVL numbers in both 1 day and 7 day metrics. You can kind of see a little bit what's going on here with that. And if you're wondering about, of course, the top three protocol blockchain for just that developers, it's like what you see right here. And it mentions protocols are essentially decentralized applications, as we know, built on smart contracts on top of public blockchains. But there was a recently announced partnerships in regards to all this that have been tested but not have been fully launched. And that's the thing. I know we're talking about Polygon, but another one that really stands out, guys, is definitely ADA. And I think another thing that we're going to see here soon, sooner than later, finally, will be the coverage we want to bring you guys in regards to ADA. I know we're talking, of course, about Polygon, but I think it's just that this key highlight. Recently announced partnerships that have been tested but have not been fully launched. Think about what ADA has. Just that, right? They have been fully launched. Again, it's building that quality, and that's why I feel as though that ADA definitely has the standout quality ecosystem to bring to the table for all this in crypto. Of course, there's more in regards to this particular article. You can look more into it. But if anything, how about this? I will read this last part, and then we'll kick it into something else. It says, Polygon sees an uptick in fees and daily active users. And this is really, really positive thing to see. So it says, in addition to Polygon's price growing, of course, 12% in the last month, the network's daily fees and daily active users have grown by 200% since August 5th, lending credence to the Cointelegraph, of course, their prediction. And again, it's just their own prediction and so on. But it states on August 5th, Polygon, listen to this, collected $42,093 worth in fees and had 248,853 in daily network users. By October 13th, which is roughly about a couple weeks ago, the network's daily active users peaked at 737,815 following the success of the Reddit NFT avatar launch. And of course, Investor Place basically showed us some of those portfolio notes a while back while that was happening. Following on October 25th, the network hit a 90-day peak of 131,940 in daily fees. So we wanted, of course, to bring you that particular information. And if anything, guys, that is going to wrap up today's news coverage. I can't thank you guys enough for being here tonight. And if anything, I think we're just going to maybe see if there's any other questions from anybody before we kind of wrap things up. Cool Cat come to the stage. CCC went to bed. Yep. Again, congrats, of course, to Cool Cat Crypto. It's nice to see that you won. And he says, Boomer, it's yours. So what was that? Did you gather something in the comments? Is Cool Cat wanting to give it to Boomer?
I think, but I'm not exactly sure. It looks like Boomer, it's yours. Boomer says, sweet.
Okay, so if that is what needs to happen, are you 100% sure that's the case?
Nope. Cool Cat Crypto, can you please say 100% final answer? Give it to Boomer or something just to confirm, so we know we don't end up giving your NFT away for no reason. Yes, he is the man, or the cat, rather. You rock.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. I'm down triple C. I'll buy that for $1. And then yeah, it looks like that is the confirmation. So okay, how about this? So congrats, of course, originally to Cool Cat Crypto, who then gave his NFT away to Boomer F and Sooner. That was a really nice, kind gesture. And guys, we can't thank you enough for tuning in here tonight for Crypto Talk Now live with Max and Edward. Look to see Larry on maybe tomorrow and so on. Hopefully, we'll get the things sorted out with why the banners are missing on the bottom, and as well as like our Twitter stuff and so on. I don't know what happened to that, but it's not there. It's deleted, but we'll definitely look into that.
Dun, dun, dun.
Within with closing comments, I'm gonna kick it to my colleague for the. You have the final word, sir.
I very much appreciate y'all again allowing me to come and hang out with you. Super cool, great comments, great information, tons of ISO, quant, XRP news. You know, it's just always a blast, and I'm never used to responding, right? I'm always used to just listening, always totally listening. So it's pretty nice to be able to kind of engage here and engage with everybody at the same time like I normally would. But thank you. Good stuff.
Well, you're very welcome. Glad to be able to be here as well. And guys, we'll see where things go with the overall crypto market and keep focusing on just that and following it as well. Before we go, I have some breaking information I want to share with you just real quick. Then we'll wrap things up. At the end of the day, we were all here for many, many months or years and so on. I do have some breaking news for you. I'm going to show it right here. As you can see on your screen, the overall crypto market cap has increased to 1.07 trillion. Guys, this is huge. Let's, of course, just take a moment to see. On the 1 hour, quite a few are doing well. Heck, Algorand, right? 24 hours. Actually, Finney's still up there. Of course, Terra Classic is still up there as well. It's taken a slight dip, but I think this is great for the overall crypto market, guys, to see that at that 1.07 trillion. It has not been up that high for quite some time, as you know. Are we going to enter into the bull market, or will there be a massive sell-off by Monday? We'll continue to follow it. Again, just wanted to share that with you all. That is it for tonight's Crypto Talk Now Network News. I'm Max. This is Edward. May you all have a blessed night, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks, y'all.